last we left off, the Disaster Brigade. Our intrepid adventurers stumbled upon a pack of bargeists attacking the individual who they were attempting to save. The befuddled and clumsy and sometimes drunk father of Kira, Greg. Greg, upon seeing you all, was saved heroically by our adventurers. They, however, decided their best course of action was to terrorize him into unconsciousness so he would stop. This has succeeded. They now need to deal with the consequences of their actions. You guys
mean
are
of
starting
the bard's
with
actions?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the bard's actions.
That was an accident.
So yeah. So basically, you guys are starting with a short rest.
Yes.
So
I want to play Song of Rest.
Yeah. So you guys can take hit dice back and all that.
Oh, right. I need to bring
hit
up
dice
my
and
character sheet.
So yeah, that'd help. Have character sheet up.
And then I give everyone an
Yeah,
extra
neither.
D6 because Song of Rest.
and
I
then-
I did not get hit in that entire fight, so I'll be good.
No,
thanks.
you and Pill are fine.
I am not. I need some hit dice.
Um,
Let me.
I'm a level
wait,
5.
how do hit dice work again?
you roll
So,
your hit dice, see how much health you get. I think Bard's is a D8.
it's D8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Yes, plus your con.
Constitution modifier. So D8 plus 1 for each die. And then I get a D6.
In addition. Yep.
Because of your Song of Rest. Yep.
Okay, so 1d6. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 1d8 plus 1, 4, and then 1d6.
So
4,
everybody
8.
gets a 4 back. Whoever's taking hit dice also gets an additional 4.
Oh, so it's the one I rolled.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the one you roll and they'll take that bonus.
Let's see. That makes me at...
Whoa.
I'll roll one more hit die. Da-da-da-da. So...
It's a little better.
$28 plus 1 gives me 7. Well, I got a big number. At least I'm maxed out now.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's about midday or so for you guys. So it's probably gonna take the rest of the day for you guys to hike back. Basically, you'll get there just a little after dusk, so you're not gonna really be stomping through the forest in the dark for very long. But you guys can get back back to town with Greg. I believe Arianti's tiger will stay up for that entire time, but Vero only has an hour of bear left.
I think the plan was that Rose would get on Bureau's back for like the first hour, and then we would save. Yeah, just for lulz, and then like just he would be elf form for the rest of the time.
We can't forget about Jack.
Okay.
He's there too.
The
Of
jackal?
course.
Yes, your jackal is still there.
Jack.
We could
So
use
do all of your animals have different names, or are they just like the same animal name, or do you rename them each time?
We have Garfield and Jack.
Okay. So when you pull them out, they are consistently Garfield and Jack.
Unless there's more than one of the same animal.
I don't know if there is. That's entirely your decision.
Well, the other day we had 2... What were they?
Weasels.
Right. Giant weasels?
Mhm.
I don't remember
baboon.
what I named them. What are those 2 weasels from Ice Age? There's their names.
I have no idea.
don't
but I know what
remember.
you're talking about.
The train? Choo-choo. 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 Go get it.
I'm a Circle of a Land, right? So I get the worth of spell slots back. half of my level, right?
Yes.
So it's either level 2 or 2 level 1 spells.
Excuse me, little boy. You can't have Mama's dice.
Ah,
Where's your dice? Where's your D20? What did you do with it?
I'm super tapped. I have 3 level 1 spells.
um,
Feels good to
But yeah.
have all my spell slots.
Because you had to just cast a cantrip to get rid of him, man. God, wizards.
I used
Yeah.
one 3-level spell, but I don't remember what for. But other than that, I have all my spells. I mean, I
Nice.
couldn't do much. Weak bard.
That's not true. It's just you were trying to cast psychic spells on things that had high wisdom. But yeah, so you guys kind of sit around and Arianti plays a nice little tune for you guys and you heal up.
Watch out, baby.
And about this time, it takes Greg like the full hour to come back to consciousness because none of you are like trying to motivate him into waking up. How close is the tiger to him now?
I mean, unless someone told Arianti to get away, I mean, she's just
Callie would have.
whatever.
Callie walked up and asked why you were traumatizing him. She would not let you stay.
It's like, what are you talking about? I was just trying to get him to not leave. Why is he afraid of Garfield? He's harmless.
He just got attacked by giant beasts, and Garfield's a giant beast.
He's adorable. Don't call him a beast. It's okay, buddy.
He's a beast. He's an adorable beast.
See, watch me scratch him behind his ears. Aw, he's purring, and you see.
Arianti, I know you haven't been around townsfolk a lot lately, but generally townsfolk don't see tigers on a regular basis. Much less, monsters intermixed with tigers.
Or giant bears either, so Vera, you should probably also stay away from him.
Actually, to be fair, Vera is like an average size. Now, don't get me wrong.
Bears are
Meeting
so big.
a bear in the woods is not good.
Yeah.
But he was a lumberjack for a while. He's probably seen bears. The
Okay.
tiger was new for him.
Yeah.
Tiger, adorable. I don't know what she's smoking, but I want some of it.
I mean, as soon as
I don't
someone
smoke. I'm only 12.
I mean, as soon as someone says he's gonna be terrified of him, Vera's gonna turn back, I guess. But I don't know if Rose still wants
No,
to.
that was just for flavor more than anything.
That was for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, where is my Vero menu?
I'll bring him back. Hold on.
Okay.
He's just in the GM layer.
Okay,
go.
cool.
He's hiding.
And goodbye, bear. Okay. So yeah. So Greg. I'm assuming one of you probably either pushes the tiger back farther or drags Greg slightly away from the tiger. But he comes to with all of you kind of like sitting around him or near him. He's like, where am I? Oh, my head. Oh, this is the worst hangover. I'll never drink again.
Oh,
But
sorry.
eats
Oh, it's
bacon.
not an hangover. You actually almost died.
He looks at you between his fingers and is like, what? This isn't Jimmy's bar.
No.
And he's like sitting up more, like looking around.
No worries, though. You're safe now.
He now sees the tiger and is like, tiger.
No worries, he's safe
It's-
too.
His name's Garfield.
It's a friendly
Hi, Garfield.
tiger.
And then
He's
he
a-
roars.
Oh god.
God.
I told him to say hi.
Can you tell him to act more like a house cat? Please?
Roll over. Garfield. He rolls over. Let me pet your belly. And he just goes.
Greg has sort of done that backwards crab walk thing to get away from the tiger a little bit. But But yeah, he's sort of looking around. He's like, I was gonna.
I hear a cat.
I do too.
That's my
Garfield.
cat. She's
It's Garfield.
she's like I'm hungry. Feed me.
Yeah.
Saying
Saying hi.
Yeah. So he kind of looks around. He's like, I was gonna get. Oh man, why did I come out here?
Are you looking
Oh
for
my
your
God.
kid?
Yeah.
You're wasted.
He sort of shoves up to his feet. He's like, I have to find Kira.
Hey,
I need to find her. She's somewhere in the woods. Where's my sword?
Greg.
Yeah.
You might not remember it right now, but I was the voice in your head yesterday and a little bit of today. Hi, my name is Rose. Your daughter is fine. She's in town. She's with your wife.
We found her already.
Yes.
You did, and he looks between the. Oh God, how many of there are you? 1, 2, 3,
6.
4. I can't remember off the top of my head.
There's
You guys have
There's 6 plus
people?
Petro makes
6.
7, but yeah.
6 plus 7.
Plus-
So yeah, so he looks.
Plus the
he's-
jackal and the tiger
Well,
makes
yeah.
9.
So yeah, so he looks around at all of you guys and sort of gets your kind of all of your varying degrees of approval and confirmation that you have in fact saved his daughter, and he just kind of sits there stunned and looks at all of you. I can never repay you. I don't.
We're
you
not
saved
asking-
my.
Don't
We're
worry,
not
dude.
asking
The
for
guild
pay.
pays for that.
You don't have
It's
to.
Man,
quite
getting
alright.
paid by a guild was the best thing to ever happen to Sarabi.
So just
Okay.
smirks. He's like,
Seriously.
also, Rose was just kidding about being the voice. You're just schizophrenic.
Hill, shut up.
It's,
Don't listen to him. He's
Yes.
usually
Please
joking.
ignore the white-haired person. He is certifiably insane. Now.
Please ignore the wizard. No, that's a good
I'm
advice.
differently sane.
That's a good way to put it.
But yeah, he's just kind of he's mostly just shocked that you guys, basically strangers saved his daughter. The saying that the guilds helped pay for it. He's like, I can't pay the guilds for this. I don't.
You don't have to pay anyone. You just need to go home to your kid. Because she's gonna need all the support she can get. She's been through a lot.
Guild's probably gonna pay us anyway, so it's not like it matters.
Yeah, just tell everybody you know about us and about how awesome we are.
Who are all of you?
The Risen.
Chrism Talon!
No.
Oh god.
I'm from the Chrism Talon. Look at this ring.
As everyone
Flashes
goes
their-
close to the wizard, we really need to try a pose. Quickly, look cool.
She poses very oddly over her tiger.
I'll say Tilda's like a
We're a
pose
group.
that Cheka does.
Come here, Jack. Come pose with us.
Something the
You
Red
guys are
Army
all
would
trying
do
to
with a
look
salute.
really cool.
The 3 of them are trying to pose.
Yeah.
The other 2 are
Rose
taking the
just kinda-
question seriously.
Rose just kind of rubs her temples a little bit, like okay, just like okay, this is normal, and then takes a beat and goes, we're adventurers that work together. We're all from different guilds, but we've just been together so long that it doesn't matter that we're from different guilds.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess that works, but who am I supposed to say saved my daughter? Do you have a name for your group?
Oh
The
boy, do you
Risen.
have somebody to read?
Rose just kind of looks at the rest of them because I don't think that in canon they've actually discussed.
They
They
haven't.
did. Well, they did actually. When they got
Oh,
drunk in the inn, they jokingly called themselves the Disaster.
Oh yeah,
But it was a joke. Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't
We're
serious.
so
They
smart.
were kidding.
So I have no idea what you guys have, if you guys even have a group name yet, or if that's something you want to come up with in canon. That's up to you guys.
Hey guys, let's huddle for a second. Come over here, come over here. What should we call ourselves?
Spell sluts.
What is
No.
what's a slut?
Vetoed.
No.
No.
Slut.
It's like a slug with a teeth.
Uh,
Vetoed.
No, we're not
no.
using that.
You never let us have any
Communism.
fun.
We have
The Red Army.
Listen, we're not. First of all, we're only 6 people. Second of all, I don't think we want a name that's as aggressive as that.
Yeah, really.
I don't know why 6 people can be an army.
Especially
mean-
when only 2 of us were red.
You don't understand. This is not about people. It's about fighting the power.
Okay.
And
What's
I watch Joker Society.
What was that name that you used, Pill? The Risen?
Yeah.
It's like the prison, but with a P.
Probably because we've been risen from the dead.
I was about to say, I actually like the sound of that.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. People don't have to know exactly why we call ourselves that.
If anybody asks me, I am gonna give my prison theory.
Pell just like
That's
puts a
fine.
finger on his chin. And he's like, I wonder if other people discussed about this before. I just can't figure it out.
In that other dimension that I sometimes get information from randomly in my head, I wonder if people talked about this name before. Says Bill.
No, it's just the voices in my head.
Yeah.
You are truly. Kelly was absolutely right. You're truly certifiably insane.
I mean, he breaks the fourth wall enough that he is the insane one of your party.
He's the one that tries to be Deadpool, but Deadpool at least
Pink
can't. So, are we
Okay,
with the
so-
Risen? Do we have another name, or
So, I mean, I'm fine with the risen.
It
I
sounds.
wonder if it should be like the risen and then something afterwards, like the
It
risen
sounds a
something.
little more
We're
hopeful
not
than
gonna be
the
the Crimson
disaster.
Talon,
Brigade.
Daddy.
I said risen.
The only crimson I'm going with are the colors of communism.
Oh, God.
I'm totally
Okay,
with
you know what?
me.
We'll
Let's
just,
go with Risen.
just
The
the
reason is
risen.
good enough.
We're just the risen for now. If we come up with something better later, we can change it, but I'm done with this conversation. You guys gonna turn around back to Greg
We
and go,
meet- no.
just call us the risen.
We meet
How
enough
about
people already
what
that
about
we don't need
the
more time.
Avengers?
I think that's been
Wait,
taken.
that's trademark.
Can we
I think
please?
that's trademarked.
Is it
It's
possible
already
to go into town and find a magical muzzle for a wizard?
I'm
That
okay
like a
with the
thing?
reason because we meet a lot of stupid people that can say words with more of 2 syllables.
I mean, it is pretty simple and it's easy to remember.
Wait, I know. The Justice League.
I don't know, dude. I don't want to use my underpants over my pants.
Okay, Callie's officially walked away from the
What's
group.
wrong with wearing
Go talk
underpants
to
over
Greg.
everything?
Yeah. It's like, I'm done.
You don't have to wear underpants over your regular pants. You can just go commando.
That's an idea.
Oh God.
Okay, so Collie ditches you all during this conversation and goes to go tell Greg what your name is. And Greg nods that he will tell the that whenever he says praise to whoever, about whoever saved his daughter, he will refer to you guys as the Risen, which is a great campaign name, by the way. That is a great game name. It's
Yeah.
nicely done.
Thank the drone party for it.
Yeah, that was good. So
It's
yeah,
a name
so
to
you
die
guys,
for.
so you guys will be the Risen, and you guys are gonna escort him back to town. Did you guys want to ask him any questions? Did you want to learn anything else from him? Because mostly he's just gonna ask you guys like, what happened? How did you find me? That kind of stuff.
So how drunk were you when you decided it was a good idea to go alone into the woods?
Not as drunk as I ought to have been.
So, like, how drunk do you want to be when we get back to town?
No
I
one's drinking on the way back to town.
Besides, I think he said he never wanted to drink again.
That's probably Vero. You probably don't even have to roll for this because you know people. The way he said that was very, very much like a man who says it every time he wakes up with a hangover.
Oh no, he knows. It was kind of said like with a little hint of reproach, like the kind of, I know you're not gonna. I know you're not going to hold to this, but you can at least try.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Greg.
Considering your daughter was actually super worried about you,
Hey.
man. You're
Hey,
lucky
Mr.
to
Greg.
actually have a daughter.
Hey, Mr. Greg, did you know that Kira's birthday was 2 days ago? Did you get her anything for her birthday?
No, I was so tangled up in dealing with her being missing. I did.
You need to get her something for her birthday. We gotta make sure that you get something on the way home.
We can
Just
give
think of
her a
some
pet.
things.
He points at the tiger.
Don't worry, I got this. And then she tries to make a flower and then I'm making this monstrosity monstrum thing.
Actually, so you try to make a flower and you make a morel. So morel mushrooms have their fins on the outside of the mushroom. So you didn't even make the mushroom look like normal mushrooms, but it is a plant. So like it's an improvement. You made a plant. It was just absolutely not what you were trying to make.
Perfect. Here you go. That's your birthday present.
Sarah, we might have to. I mean,
He
it's-
takes the mushroom and it is very. He's like,
Here's a picture of a morel.
It's perfect.
yeah. It's like an inside-out mushroom. So you failed to make a flower, and you failed to make a mushroom look like a normal mushroom, but you did make a mushroom.
If you want, we can paint him pink.
Well, why
he's
paint him when we
very
have
unsure what to
Oriente?
do with this. He also doesn't want to like throw away the mushroom while you're looking at him because he's pretty sure mushrooms are poisonous.
Quickly, guy, give me the hammer to make things of other colors. I wanna make it rainbow.
Prestidigitation. There you go.
I
Don't
don't want
last
to
for an
do
hour,
everything
though.
with magic, damn it.
You
Then
made
you
the
have a-
mushroom with magic?
It's not like the majority of our group uses magic for everything. Not at all. Not dependent
Okay,
on
so
spells
do
at all.
that.
So do we have a rainbow mushroom?
Yes.
It only
You
lasts
can't
for an
do
hour,
it
though.
with the hammer.
Anybody have like a bow we can bow to it?
Maybe Vera has a Mordor and pestle.
I mean, Katie, Katie, Ariente.
Huh?
Katie's don't you have like a bit of ribbon or something in the bag of holding that you've got?
No, I don't know nothing about it.
Oh, I have some string I can give you. Or
At
like
least-
excess fabric ribbon.
At least the ribbon will stay, even if the mushroom won't.
Wait,
If
but
you
you can't
need
look. I'm
something
gonna go
in
over
blue,
here so
I
I
have-
can look through the ribbon.
one as
I
well.
can't make.
You know, if we put some branches here and then start taking some branches, sticking in the mushroom, make it like the mushroom has hands and feet.
No, what? From
Oh.
he holds up
Vera
Princess, and
actually
as he
was-
holds her up, a fucking like chunk of flesh falls off her.
But was
Ew.
actually about to say that they have
Why?
to.
Doing the
Greg is
compliment
now
princess.
holding the mushroom, like barely holding it, like away from himself, like it's gonna explode.
It's okay. We got. Anybody know how to conjure eyeballs on a mushroom? It's gonna
Oh
be great.
my god, no, enough. Done.
Greg,
Yeah.
Honestly,
Hold on,
the
I
mushroom
have-
looks like it has a bunch of eyeballs
have-
anyway.
Yeah, point.
We are making a doll, Kali. You just because you never had one doesn't mean that at any given isn't going to want one.
I don't know
Feels
if
like
she'll
giving a
want it all
second.
made
I'll
out of
search
a
for the
mushroom,
fucking
though.
organs in my bag of holding.
This seems like it'll just break easy.
Wait, I'm sure the wizard has to have a lot of spider eyes.
No, we are not doing that.
He pulls out like a
Rose reaches over and like tugs on and grabs Sarabi's wrist before she can rifle through Phil's stuff. No, we are not using any of his spell components to make a present for a little girl.
You saying she's
like-
not worthy?
Can we pull back on traumatizing civilians, please?
So
Please.
so while you guys are doing
Yes.
this, Greg
Please.
has handed Sarabi back the mushroom because she's trying to like manipulate it basically, and he started pulling strips of bark off some of the trees as you go by, because some of them are like they are not asp trees, they're birch, so the bark peels off the birch pretty well. So he's peeling long strips of birch wood. He's got a pocket knife that he's using to kind of help trim them, and he's starting to braid the bark together while it's malleable and wet. And while you guys are playing with the weird doll that you're making, he ends up braiding together basically a bark tiara. So it's just a circlet, but it's made out of woven wood. He's like, this is as best as I can normally do. I mean, this one's not too bad. And so he's probably been working on this for a little while, and he has kind of a circlet going. If you guys want to try to make that into something more magical and special, you can.
Yeah, sure. You
I'll
want to
take
take
it.
your way out?
Creepy doll with spider eyes does not seem like the best option.
I have some
I mean,
excess.
Do I have a
Okay.
spell for that?
No, well, Rose, she gets out the artist bludgeon from one of the bags of holding, and she gently taps the artist bludgeon onto the circlet until it makes something really pretty and bright.
Okay.
But
You manage to kind of cycle through a couple of colors, and you finally end up with something that makes the wood glossy. It's like a gloss coating on the wood, almost like it's been covered in varnish. So it makes the wood very bright.
I probably can't do that. I kind of want to make it like glittery a little bit, like
Can't
you
you
know.
make flowers, Vero?
Yes.
Druid craft
Yes.
flowers to put into it, and then our auntie has some ribbon. Callie has some ribbon left over from something she was wearing.
I also have some jewels, things, bedazzles, accessories I can put on it.
Yes, he's gonna make. He's gonna ask, "What's her favorite flower?"
Right. And now he looks really guilty. I don't know. Greg is a bad dad.
Go with wildflowers. Everybody loves wildflowers.
Go with flowers that are around this, that live in this area, that wish you would see more often. That are
All
pretty.
right, will do. Is there any kind of Beth? You would probably know, being a druid and all. Is there kind of a pretty flower that's around in the region?
Yeah, there are
Wildflowers.
dozens of like brightly colored wildflowers. So you really have your pick. They're all going to be little flowers, but you can like weave them between the braided part of the wood. And you could probably even color coordinate which kind of wildflower you're using with whatever kind of ribbon they end up tying to it, so it all is cohesive.
Yeah, let's say, what ribbon do we have? We have like red, and then all the colors Callie used for her hair. There's also gold ribbon from Roses left over. A bunch of
And
blue
you
from
can change
Vero.
Vero has
ribbon
blue
colors
ones.
There's
too if
also
you want.
purple. So we have a bunch of blues, purples, and golds. And then
Well,
I think Ariente has green also.
green.
We have
also
it. We
green
have
fabric.
the
Yeah, I
artist
do.
bludgeon, which you can hit on things to make the color change. So
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't-
have a magic hammer that changes things of color.
yeah.
But are you sure you want to take it out with Phil and Sarabia around? You know how this can end up.
Well, it's Roses hanging on to it
Roses,
so that
yeah.
she's the one that's doing that instead of those two.
We don't even trust you guys to pick what color things are.
Why should I? That doll looks genuinely creepy.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's perfect.
I'm just at some point imagining one of you to whack Pietro with the mallet.
Yeah, that was actually my idea. Because did you see
Like grabbed a bunch of flowers and wrapped it around his head.
did you see the new the new Pokemon games?
Yes.
There are two dogs, and the one who has the shield, I think the shiny version is like just.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could actually make Pietro a Pokemon if you were really going for it.
There. The one in the left, that's the shiny version. I want to make that one. Yes.
But yeah, so over the half day's walk that it's taking you guys to get back to town, you managed to a very, very fine looking flower crown, basically, with long trails of ribbons at the end of it. It's a really cute, flower crown. And because it's made with magic, will likely live longer than, say, your normal flower crown. But you guys managed to sort of make him this birthday present to give to his daughter. So despite the fact that you all are insane as far as Greg is concerned, y'all also kind of hit a couple really high tally points in the good people department.
There you go, man.
Outside.
Also, there you go, man. Also, if you really want to give your daughter a gift, maybe you should cut down on the booze.
I
Tell you, man, doll is the keeper.
Like I said,
ignoring
everything
Hill.
he says.
He looks at the crown and holds it a little tighter to his chest and says, "I probably, I'll try to. She deserves better for what I am now."
She sure do, man. She pats his.
I kind of want him. Would you know, like a few herbal, like kind of like
If it makes you
right
feel
on
any better,
teas, like herbal
yeah,
teas,
my
as
parents.
kind of
You're the reason the success story I became today.
Oh my!
This is too pretty. We can just show people this. They are going to cry. Beautiful thing.
Oh my god.
We should save it for a special occasion.
Yeah, put it in the bag of holding and never take it out.
Yeah, Rose definitely shoves it deep into the bag of holding.
Bring it down as mushroom doll.
Okay, you could write it
Like
down.
Alina.
I need you to put quotations around the word doll. Mushroom doll gets quotations.
You laugh now. I'm saying that out of character. You laugh now. At some point, the doll will save our lives in some way.
I'll tell like the doll's gonna be useful for something.
Remember, her name is Linda.
Child that's trying to eat
Linda,
us.
all right. Linda the
Linda.
mushroom doll. You know what? Screw it. I'm putting that down in my notes. Hold on. Where's my pencil? This is gonna come back and bite y'all in the ass.
You know, eventually she's going to make another appearance.
She's gonna be alive.
Comes to life and slits your throat.
Turns out she's actually the big bad. It's not Kidrith or Shar. It's Linda.
It's either that or it's gonna come back as like fucking Chucky.
I was gonna say, can Linda's official picture be the one with the flower crown around?
She would have
But to create me into this
we are the
miserable
Alright,
existence.
it's in the bag of holding. Now.
You know, I want to put sparkles around her too. Phil just like takes some sparkles and puts them around her.
Oh god.
You know
You
what?
know what? I still think Ordo was the
I'm
best.
so invested in Linda's storyline, I've drawn a picture to ensure that I remember what the hell this thing. Okay, so that's in your bag of holding now.
What is life?
So you guys make it back to town, and you. Damn it! That's why I actually opened my notebook up. I was looking for the mom's name again. I knew there was a reason I was doing this. Here we go. always their mom's name? Man, I have to stop just making up people and not naming them.
Or
Yeah,
naming them and then
damn
not writing it
I
down
just
and
put
forgetting.
met Kira's mom. Thanks. Thanks, Beth.
Did we even ask her name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We might not have.
I don't remember.
I just hope her name wasn't Linda because that would be super insulting.
No,
it wasn't.
just,
No, it wasn't Lynn.
Just make up a new name. We'll pretend that
Yep.
that's always been the name.
Yep, because that's how D&D works. Okay.
What does it mean? One set of dancing rainbows.
Ribbon.
Ribbons.
Ribbon.
They're like
Yeah,
the
that's what
long ribbons that you can like flail around and make do pretty maneuvers while you're dancing with.
Ah, so they aren't dancing alone.
Mhm.
You have to make them dance.
They are not magically dancing ribbons.
That's an awesome.
Okay.
We have a melon?
Yes.
Sorry,
So-
we had a melon because while everything was happening, Sarah stuck her hand inside the bag of holding
No,
and took out the melon.
she doesn't know it's there. So no.
God damn
She
it!
did not. Yeah.
Bring the free
Callie
the
got-
melon!
Callie got that in secret. You don't know it's there. Yeah.
Free the melons!
It will be freed. Hopefully this session. We'll find out. Yeah.
All I'm
thought you
imagining,
took
by
it.
the way, is Free the Melons being associated with Sarabi holding up a burning bra.
It could happen.
No,
What
I
makes you
actually,
think
no,
she
I
wears
actually-
one?
Yeah, really. No, I actually imagine her holding two melons exactly where her boobs are and being free the melons, but she's not talking about, boobs. She's
Oh
talking
my
about the
God.
melons. But it doesn't look that way. Free the melons.
I'm
Okay.
just
I really need to know what anybody knows there, so I know what to take out in the moment to make a particularly opportune.
Basically, you know everything is there right now except for the melons and all the alcohol.
Damn it, the best thing!
The alcohol and the melon, you don't know are there.
So we've hidden the food and the booze from you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you guys make
while
it back
Princess
to.
look for it.
Shouldn't we grab
Bill
back
doesn't
his
even
sock?
know it's there. Only I think only
Oh,
Callie and
yeah,
Rose
you
know
do-
it's there.
You do have one of Greg's socks if you wish to hand it to him.
Oh yeah, that's in Oriente's bag.
Yep.
Unless you
I
want to
mean,
keep a
I would've
souvenir, Oriente.
I would have forgotten about it. If you guys give back Greg's sock, I'll be like, oh, okay, here you go.
I don't
It's
think we
been
wanna keep
chewed
that.
on and has dog spit on it, but it is his sock.
Yeah, it's
Um,
still better than when you left it, man.
Oriente, can you use prestidigitation on it?
To actually clean it.
Oh, okay. Prestidigitation. Here's your clean sock now.
I'm
Hey,
not totally sure that was right.
he takes the sock back, and you guys make it back to Melina's door, Kira's mom, who I've now named. And he sort of fidgets a little bit before knocking on the door. Like he's clearly very uncomfortable about being here. And he knocks on the door, and after a minute or two, Melina opens the door. And they stare at each other for a good solid minute, and he opens his mouth like he's gonna say something, but she's just like, don't. Just don't. Kira's okay. And I'm glad you are too.
Aww.
And,
Aww.
I was actually waiting for a beach last slap.
oh, it's coming.
Spoilers.
So they share a few more words before you guys see Kira again. She hears people talking at the door, and she pops around the corner, and there is her dad. And without any hesitation in the world, goes charging up to him to hug him. Stomps on his foot. I can't believe you left. You shouldn't be here.
Aww.
So she stomps
just
on
wanted
his
to get a
foot and then
pack of
hugs him
cigarettes.
really, really hard. She's just like, why did you leave? Go into the woods. We told you. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. I know you're not supposed to do that.
Or scolding her dad for going into the woods. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, she
but-
did get kidnapped, so she has an excuse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he gives her the flower crown, and that goes over remarkably well. And Melina nods to you guys, the lot of you, because this is the third time you guys have all spoken with her, and you guys have you've basically put her life back together. You found her daughter, you pulled Greg out of whatever, at least temporarily out of whatever, nonsense he'd gotten himself into. So for as far as this mother is concerned, you all are extremely good people. And you've sort of put their little family back together for at least for however long that can last.
I love
So
when people meet.
Yeah.
Here's your present.
No.
So how many hours is it going to take to get from town to the campsite?
Two. It is night though, so you guys can travel that way, but it's about 2 hours walk.
The archive is closed, isn't it?
Yes, it's nighttime.
Yes, the archive is closed.
Damn it, I promised Arianti to look up Plain.
And you've got that one last book you have to read.
Yes!
Yep.
Before they leave that house though, the Melena's, is that what her name is?
Melina.
Yeah.
Melina. Before they leave, Callie's gonna call out to Greg before they turn to go.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna give him a more serious look and go, do right by your kid. It's like, sorry, just do right by your kid. Daughters need their fathers.
Ooh! Ouch.
Wow!
10 out of 10. I
wasn't ready for.
Holly did psychic damage to the entire party.
I'll try, Miss Collie. I'll try my best.
Alright.
Before Arianti goes, she jumps on Kira and gives her a hug and be like, "Bye, Kira! I'll miss you!"
That pulls a good laugh out of Kira. And she hugs you back and goes, "Thanks for saving my dad, Arianti, even though he's kind of an idiot."
Oh, it's okay.
Don't worry, we are used to saving idiots.
Who are you talking about, huh?
Okay, so Rose goes over to Collie and she kind of pokes her. So do you want me to send to Sane, telling her what do you want to do? Because this is all her and Sarabi.
I mean, how much longer does Sane said she had left? How many more days?
Like 4.
Okay.
She is put off for as long as she can, having to go. And as far as you know, Venna is gonna go with her at this point.
Yeah. And how late is it at night? Like it just turned dark, or
it's past dusk, so it is night now. But it's only like past dusk by maybe an hour. So you guys can get back before it's like midnight or what.
Yeah.
Probably the last time we are gonna get to see them in a long ass time.
If you want us to go now, we can.
So if y'all don't mind, we can start headed that way. It's not too late. And then tomorrow, if we want to head back up here so Vero can continue to be a nerd, we can.
We can leave Vero here and come to look for him later.
No, Vero should come with us. If we're gonna head home tonight, I want us all to be there.
You never split the party.
Good plan.
I agree. You don't need to come tomorrow. I mean, apologies if I put any stones into your path or journey with the.
No, dude, you're fine. I was joking about the whole nerd thing. I'm fine coming up here if you want to continue your studies. I want you to continue what you're looking for. I just also like to.
Phil just stands.
I
Phil
think
goes like the chat.
I think that what Kali is trying to tell you, Vero, is that she wants you to come with us now, and then we can come back and we can go and get your stuff done.
We'll do alright.
Yeah, man, you can only be an orphan or scared.
Yes, anyway.
So I guess we're going back to camp.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil does the chat post. Stop, nerds.
What hour is it?
It's just after.
It's getting closer to like 9 to 10-ish when you guys get here.
Get back to camp.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to clean up. I haven't cleaned up camp in a while. It's still got monsters and beasties all over the place.
Thane and Advantage left it that way. They're like, fuck it. I don't feel like picking this place up. We're leaving it anyway.
More body parts for Phil to collect.
No, remember they all disappeared. They're demons.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
That's
So
so
there
fair.
really is no cleanup. They shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I bet they still smell.
There's still some sulfur.
Sulfur,
Oh yeah, it definitely stinks to sulfur to high hell.
And like burn marks
Yeah,
everywhere. and shit
collect
like
the
that.
ash off the ground.
How do you actually get rid of the sulfur smell? That's what I want.
Eventually the wind will just carry it away.
Which it probably has by now. It's been a couple days.
Yeah, it's probably, you guys probably get a little whiff of sulfur, but not too much.
Like probably when you stand right on top of where one of them died.
Yeah.
I like how one of the cabins is missing, and all it is like these holes in the floor with wood on my screen.
Which one?
Druggers. This one over here.
Oh, see, I've been playing around with what I had in my inventory for my character sheets, but it says, see, on my map it says it's still here.
Yeah,
so
what if I just reload it? Maybe.
Maybe. How about everybody else?
It's
Is
just
this
really
cabin
funny that it's just holes and wood in the ground.
missing? All right, hold on.
It's like the floor is just supported by wood underneath.
Where's Garfield and Jack? They shouldn't disappear yet.
They
Not
went to get a
quite
pack
yet,
of
but I can-
cigarettes.
No, she's trying to move us all, so just give her a minute. And then also trying to fix the cabin.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I actually have one.
Have what? A sickle?
I actually have one.
Sickle? We just need a
Find
hammer.
a sickle randomly on her, like, where the fuck did this go? Where did this come from?
This is perfect.
Do we have
Someone
an
give me a hammer. This is important.
explanation for this, or
I have
just-
artist tools.
or are we, or
So I
are
might
we?
have a little hammer.
And
Give
we
me a
need to
hammer.
paint
This is
them red.
important.
Okay, there we go. Roof is back.
Need a what?
Do we have an actual in-universe explanation for this, or does communism just exist here for some reason?
What?
She's wondering why Sarabi and
Where's
Pill are constantly talking about communism, if it actually exists within this world, or if it's just something these
Oh
two
no,
psycho
it doesn't
people
exist
made
in this
up.
world. I'm willing to bet though that Pill thought it was a fake thing that he's just been spouting for a while. Like, because it's just a random word he made up, or he read it in a book somewhere, and it like means something else here. It's like somebody's name or whatever. And he made it up. But then when they ended up in the inn that doesn't exist, someone actually explained that it was a real thing, but it doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
perfect moment to start it. I was so convinced that Karl Marx was actually a dwarf.
Carmack?
Yeah.
So we come up to the camp, and Rose is like, I think that at some point Rose and Kali discussed having Sarabi and Pietro's birthday party. Like,
I think she's the only one that knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get to camp, Rose takes out she takes the bag of holding and she takes out. Let me go take a look at it. She takes out the 8 wine glasses, the 50 gold high bottle wine that Vero had bought her a while ago, the rosé wine.
Weren't we supposed to get juice for Arianti too? Like
Oh,
apple
shit,
juice?
weren't we?
I think we did, didn't we? I just didn't put it in the bag of holding.
You did
Probably.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like apple juice for Arianti, like a big old
Yeah,
thing
just
of it.
like she gets the 2 bottles of wine, the 8 wine glasses, the 4 bottles of mead, the apple juice for Arianti, and then I don't think that Rose knows about the melon, so she doesn't take that.
Mm-mm.
She goes, okay, so we've had a very, very long adventure out here. I think it's about time to celebrate the fact that we are here, that we've survived, and that we've kicked the asses of most everything that's out here.
Most everything that's come in our path, you mean?
Yeah, well.
Mm-hmm. Except for the stag, obviously.
Well, that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts handing out the glasses to everybody so that they can actually, have something to drink out of. It's super cheap glass, so it's not it's like she bought it in town, so it's not super fancy. And in fact, it might not even be real crystal. Probably isn't real crystal. So it's I don't know, super simple, super cheap, so that people can drink out of.
Is it red wine or white wine?
Rose bought a rosé wine, and I don't know what kind of wine that Vero bought for her back in the day.
Rosé wine, I'm not sure either, because white wine and rosé wine you have to cool, and red wine you do not. You do not cool red wine. So that's why I wanted to ask if...
But the thing is, if you want cool rose wine, you are all magical people. I mean...
Yeah.
Prestidigitation could also cool it as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to have him volunteer to just cool the bottle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that the 50 gold high bottle of wine is red.
Okay, that one not, but the rose.
The rose. Yeah.
Rosé, yeah.
Okay, so you guys have gotten together, you were setting up in a partying mood. Venna is smirking, because, Sane is smirking, and Venna looks very pleased that you guys are doing something for her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both more than happy to let you guys deal with this nonsense. If you guys start looking into cabins, though, they're basically cleared out.
Yeah.
Their stuff is really all packed up now, and you can see
Potion?
that though Venna has been still tending her garden, she is mostly just digging things up now that she can take with her and start getting dried.
Is the potion still there?
I think it's done. It's close to be done. It's got to be today or tomorrow. That potion should be done. You've been working on it for a while.
That doesn't make any sense. No, she just took it for herself. She's like, "Fuck you, Vero. This is mine."
This is mine now.
She's like, "Oh, look, it's done. I guess that's mine now." You're probably dead anyway. But yeah, no. Your potion probably by tomorrow morning. Your potion when you wake up will be ready.
Okay.
We'll have made a new health potion.
It's still sitting there, brewing away. But yeah. Trying to get my mind together. I'm very distracted by this stupid conversation happening in the corner.
It's just because it's not polite to speak politics during dinner, so we are doing it in the chat. This is important. At some point, Sarabi and Peter are going to convert people to communists. It's going to happen, you know it.
I guess, well, they figure out what dinner is and they start cracking open all the wine bottle shit and all that. Caspian's go up next to Sarabi and kind of nudge her to get her attention. She's like, hey, like, I know it's been a while, but do you remember what we used to do around this time of year?
I don't even know what time of year this is.
It's fall, almost winter, smart one. Do you remember what happened many years ago when you tried to steal from me?
Oh yes, you totally whoop our asses, right, Pietro? You imagine Pietro like making this face palm.
Yeah, so Pietro went through that. His ears went up. He's like, yeah, I remember. And then his ears go back, and he's like, yeah, you kicked out.
I remember.
Yeah. Like, and then I took you home.
He even
Here.
chuffs.
Yeah. He's like, then I took you home to here.
Yeah,
Like-
that was the best meeting we ever had.
Mm-hmm. And because we don't know your birthday, we always celebrated your birthday around this time, so... And she reaches into her own little bag, and she goes, so, I figured we'd, celebrate it one last time at home. Because, it's probably going to be the last time we're here. And she goes, and I got you something. And she pulls out these 2 bracelets that she made with ribbon. And they're bracelets with made of 3 different ribbon. There's blue, green, and purple. And they're all, like, woven in together. Like, different kind of patterns. And the one that she gives to Sarabi has a little charm on it that's a bow and arrow.
Aw.
And then she has another one that's for Petro. And it has a little sword, because he used to have swords. And then there's a third one that she has in her other hand that has a shield on it. And she's like, and she goes, I just, celebrate you being around. I wanted to give you guys these. You can call them family bracelets.
Tarabi frozen like really scratching her face to not let her surprise and go, that's really cool, man. Thank you.
Oh,
Pietro has no issue pushing. He does that cute thing that dogs do sometimes, where they press their heads against stuff, and he just presses his head against you, and his tail is thumping.
oh.
And then Tarabi joins and hugs both of them.
Aw, yeah. And then once the hug's over, Callie will kneel down to take the bracelet meant for Petro and kind of like weave it into the little guard he has on one of his paws. That's higher on his leg, to weave it in there so that it stays there. Yeah. And then she's like, I was thinking, maybe as time goes on and we go different places, maybe we could start collecting charms to add to it. So we can, like, I don't know, have
That's
little
actually a
things
really
to
cool
remember
idea.
each of our little adventures. But yeah. And she puts the other one on her own wrist with the shield on it. But yeah.
This has earned you many tail thumps and several face licks, but like not just like not the same ones that he gives to Ariane. These are like he's trying to shove you over and just lick all over your face, like harassment, but also love.
Are you guys doing this in a private area, or
No,
are you
it's out and open. Yeah.
And then Ariante's gonna be like overhearing, wait, it's your guys' birthday?
Actually,
sorta.
it's her ass-kicking anniversary, but yes.
Kicking anniversary. It's the anniversary of when they came into the family, basically.
Oh, I actually, is there a mirror in this place? Is there a mirror somewhere?
And you're kind of like, is there a mirror somewhere in this place? Vena's like, I have one. I wasn't going to take it with me, but I could get it for you.
Is it one of like the hand mirrors, or is it one of like a big mirror you can look
It's
at
like the
yourself?
big mirror.
Oh, it's
Standing
okay.
mirror.
Which house is it in?
It's over here. It's over here in her house.
Okay, so Ariante like grabs Sarabli. I have something for you. Come with me now.
Help! I'm making apples!
You're being kidnapped by a child.
Pietro, save me!
No, no.
Raggy, I had the tiger help push her in for me. Hey, Garfield, help! Give me a hand!
Oh no, there are two of them! Help!
Let's say,
Pedro, you wait out here. I'll be with you in just a bit. Okay.
as our auntie drives Strawberry away, Callie will just turn back to Pedro and start petting him. Kind of like you do a dog when you start scratching him almost aggressively on the neck. But yeah.
Yep.
Start giving him attention while Strawberry gets attention from.
Yeah, he's trying to do that dog thing where they like bite your hand while you're petting them.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, I'm trying to
I
play
wanna
with you
play.
and trying to catch your hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Sarabi, this might be weird, but I overheard you once saying that you kind of wanted one of these, so I made one, and I hope you like it. So, and she just rummages in her bag of holding and just pulls out this dress. Well, she can't really hold it up very high because she's short, but she tries to like stretch it up as high as possible to show it to her. I made you this. Come on, try it on.
I just imagine the scene where sorry, going on terrifying. Why is so that trying to drag me into the dark? Help!
It's just practically like falling on her head because she's got her arm stuck all the way up, and so it's like leaning on her face.
Sarah's gonna take the dress and lift it up the face of the little gnome, so she isn't surrounded by. Just look at the dress and, with genuinely, she's amazed. Like she's so always cynic about everything. She's really amazed with it. How did you make this?
Oh, I know a little bit about making clothes. I used to do it a long time ago, and I've been working on it. When you guys were sleeping a little bit.
I actually know how the dress looks like, but you guys don't know how the legs look.
You like it? I hope you like it.
I love it, but this isn't going to look good on me.
Oh, nonsense! It'll look great. Also, I got you these. Did I pay for shoes? I think I was gonna look for shoes. I got you these shoes to go with it.
I think you did get the shoes.
Pulls out
Okay.
these, like, vine-like shoes. Come on,
Okay.
there's a mirror here. Put it on. Oh, you look so good.
I suppose he's going to change this, so Arianti doesn't get a heart attack. Or silent. I was going to say turn around, but this is a rabbit. She just gets naked. Okay, gonna pull it. Can I show the drawing now?
Yes, you can do it now.
I drew this thing a month ago. It was like, don't you dare show this to anybody. Where the fuck did I leave it now?
I have it saved somewhere too.
Wait.
But
I-
you showed it to me, but that's only me.
I'm gonna put it here. There we go!
Oh, that's cool!
Nice.
Oh my god,
Hey!
that's amazing.
That's awesome.
I really did that. I drew it months ago, but Katie wouldn't let me show it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, very cool.
Okay. She loves it.
You're gonna
She's-
kill Manfred.
But say, now, Beth, you have to give us an event where we have to dress up. Just so Strawberry can wear it out.
Oh yeah, sure. I have a ball planned at some point. You guys are gonna be invited to a ball. Yeah.
Good, because I also have sketches of her dancing with Manfred somewhere here.
I want to see it. You didn't show it. I want to see it.
I did show it.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, it's
So
beautiful.
while she's putting on the dress, Ariante's helping her by putting the shoes on and wrapping some vines around her arm for more decoration and stuff, and just like adjusting everything for her and asking the tiger to help get her up because she's short because she can't reach. So she's stepping on the tiger to help lay everything, and then fixing up her hair a little bit too.
She loves it. She's just completely speechless. She can't believe she's looking at herself. I can't believe you actually did something like this for me.
Of course I did. What do you mean something like this for you? You saved my life. Of course I would.
She continues to save your life too.
She's actually thinking, I actually saved it by accident, but she's not gonna say it because this is a really nice gesture. Okay, she's touched. She's super touched, and because she's super touched, she is going to keep silent because she doesn't know how to talk about her feelings. But she's gonna pat Ariente on the head and go, "Thank you."
You're welcome. Now let's go show everyone else. So she grabs her hand and starts trying to drag her out.
Help! I'm being kidnapped again!
Help, I'm being reverse kidnapped. Or I guess in this case it's help, I'm being returned, I'm being let go by my captors.
Okay, so she tries dragging her out. Does Sarabi fight?
I mean, she's actually, for the first time in her life, she's actually embarrassed.
Oh.
I don't know what this is. I feel something in my chest and my stomach. I don't know what this is. It's
Why
like
is
it's
my
still...
face so hot?
So basically,
I think I will be more comfortable naked.
So as far as from what I'm imagining, it's Sarabi in this very pretty outfit, and basically Ariane have her hands on her ass, shoving her forward.
I was gonna have the tiger like nudge her ass, and while I pull her forward.
Okay. So you've got the tiger basically like sidestepping, shoving shoving Sarabi out while Ariante's got both of her hands.
And of course, everybody has to look up and see what's up.
Yeah, well,
Rose
they're yelling.
Rose nearly drops. Like she was about to take a sip of the the 50 gold bottle of wine, and she nearly drops her drink. She's so shocked. That change.
Great googly mooglies.
Exactly.
Ariante just gestures towards Sarabi and does jazz hands and like ta-da!
Hi.
Phil's like, oh, we're playing dress up. He puts on the hat and dresses up as Grovier.
God damn it, Wisa, you know I can't compete with that.
Vero completely ignores that, and or in that case, I don't think so. It really suits you, Sarah.
You look beautiful.
Agreed.
She's gonna smile and blush and look down. You're not going to see Sarah be like this again, so get you.
I was also
Kelly goes, she goes, damn, you're gonna kill Manfred.
That's the plan.
That, by the way, that gets Venna a look. She looks from Kali and is like, "Who?" She's giving you like Manfred. Who's Manfred? But
don't you dare go down with Kali, don't you dare.
but Venna approaches you, Sarabi. Well, from where you're standing, in the doorway of her house, and I'm assuming. Did you let your hair down the same way it's in the drawing?
Yeah,
Ariante
Ariante
styled it.
Fabulous. She just sort of gently, brushes her fingers through your hair, and sort of like, pulls it a little bit forward so it's nice and neat and looks, sort of helps adjust the way it looks. And then she cups your face and kisses your forehead.
Oh.
You,
Ariante is smiling and tearing up a little.
you
I'm just
look,
getting the hot hair.
Venna hugs her back. that in that really tight, close way where she's got her hands basically, if your hands are wrapped around her, then she has her hands wrapped around your head and is just kind of cradling you against her. And she says, "You look just like the hummingbird I know you are."
Oh, I'm gonna cry. This is too much. You're gonna kill my character, guys. She doesn't know how to deal with this.
Rose watches and like gets heartsick because she misses that kind of familial intimacy, and so now she takes her first sip of the wine that she could probably tell exactly where it is on the fields.
Mm-hmm. And Venna kisses your temple and sort of, now let me get a better look at you. I really want to see you all dressed up and pretty. And she really looks at you, Sarabi, and she smiles and she kisses your forehead one more time and says, "Now you take care of yourself. You take care of yourself and your brother and your sister. You be good and your friends. And one of these days, I'm going to take you to a ball. You and me and your Auntie Sane and all of us are going to go together." And you hear Sane, "Like hell I am!" All these dresses, and she just rolls right over that. And we'll be in dresses, and we'll be dressed up, and I will show you just how beautiful you are compared to all of those fancy people. So you stay alive this time, and you make it this time, and I will too.
I'll try, Mom.
Oh, fuck! That you succeeded. You made her cry. And she
Tons of hugs I have.
Yeah.
Many hugs.
Many hugs.
Many hugs were had that day.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sane is just kind of sitting back, and when Venna is still hugging you, Sane's just like, "Venna, let the poor girl breathe."
It's okay, Auntie. You will get a hug too. Come here.
Venna stays right where she is. You want a hug? You're coming to get it. Now move out of the way. I want to get a good look at the girl. And finally, Venna lets you go so that way Sane can see you. But she loops her arm through yours, so she can help escort you basically off her little porch, and sort of presents you. It almost does the exact same jazz hand gestures that Arian's doing, because she's just absolutely thrilled. And Sane just snorts and goes, "Huh. You do clean up well. Now, if only we could get Callie to clean up too. You both would be quite a pair."
Yeah.
And Venna's like, "Oh, don't worry about, don't forget it, dear. Don't forget about you too, Sane. All of us are going to be all nice and pretty when this is over." And Sane's like, "When what's over? What are we doing?"
So I was like, her eyes shine. Are we gonna put the auntie on a dress?
Yes, we are.
I also
You hear
wanted
that,
to
Pietro?
say,
You gotta wear a dress too.
I also wanted to say I made something for Pietro with the excess fabric. Since he doesn't have a human form, can't really make him clothes, so I made him like a decorated bandana. And so I go to present him to that and say, "This is for you, Pietro."
He looks at it, and then he also has been watching Sarabi with this bizarre look on his face, like he's not sure what to make of this whole situation.
He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
He just wraps it around his neck.
He sniffs the fabric, sneezes, and then lets you wrap it around his neck. He had to sneeze on it first. like any proper dog would.
Prestidigitation. I cleaned it. I would make you something better, but one day, I promise, I will.
Yeah, just let me design it.
But she also gives him some treats. This is also for you.
He's gonna have a hat.
At the offer of the food. The scarf was not nearly as interesting as offer, but he does lick your face. Not in the aggressive way he does Callie, but in the gentle, kind dog way. Because he knows if he's nice to you, you feed him.
I'm sure that to Pietro it's just weird. Like, my sister's wearing a dress. She's not just my sister, she's a woman? What?
She's a
What?
But actually, remember the drawing I made of Pietro. If Sari was the one that was the wolf, he would totally have dressed in different dresses all the time. He knew that Sari loved all the dresses.
He
Never
wanted her to wear a dress for the longest time.
That's cool.
Yeah. So his look of confusion is more of a holy shit. She looks so much different, more different than the sister I knew.
Yeah.
Is what his look is. She is not the same person that she was when they were younger, and it's a moment. I think it's probably the first time he's really realized that she's a different person now, that she's gotten older and he hasn't.
Yeah, true. Because the moment he was cursed, they were 15. So he actually is still 15
He's still
inside
15.
that dog.
Yeah.
Granted, Sarabi hasn't grown much mentally either, but physically, yes.
But by comparison, I mean the fact that she's even
yeah.
wearing the dress.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Erica's just looking proud of herself. It's like, I did good.
You did it,
none
Ariel.
of
You really did it.
But say none of us know either about. Do any of us know that Arianti made that? Did she tell anyone?
She told Rose, like,
Rose,
she...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, she was, being trying to be surreptitious about it in the little kid way. And so Rose was like, okay, I won't tell, and just waited to see what would happen.
I think I told you I was making a gift.
Yeah, you did.
If that's the case, then since they don't know, Callie's gonna go, Arianti, where the hell did you get a dress?
I made it!
Time to show the world her technique.
Aren't I good?
Like, holy shit, kid.
You are.
Fucking talented as hell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that gif of the eyebrows going up and down really fast. The ha ha ha. What do you think? That's the look Arianti has on right now.
This was immensely kind of you.
That was so sweet.
So is this we're gonna have a thumbnail of all the characters dressed up fancy?
Oh, God. One day.
Oh, for sure. At some point, yeah, we will have that.
At some point, we need the obligatory ball episode and the obligatory beach episode.
But of course.
Because that's just tradition.
Just how it has to
I'm
be.
trying to think how we're gonna get the beach in there, but I
Don't
know.
put my.
I mean, it won't always be winter. And fall. Eventually it's gonna go into spring and summer.
Technically speaking, we could also, like, go into the inn that doesn't exist and come out another door and all of a sudden it's a sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could show up and accidentally we could have some time travel nonsense and you guys could end up something different if we ever wanted to do a one shot like that. I
Yeah.
could say that you guys are in the inn that doesn't exist, and from there you guys do something stupid and go out and you somehow something gets broken in the universe and you end up in the wrong place.
I'm happy we only have the valve. That's fine.
Someone breaks one of those windows and crawls through it.
Yeah.
No.
Who would do that?
Well, there's a few of you that
Oh,
would.
I wonder.
I could probably flip a coin. It's only 2 people.
Well, actually, there's 3, because I could also see Arianti doing it too.
I don't know if Arianti would break a window. She'd probably try to teleport
she-
through it.
No, maybe not break it, but, oh, it's windows open! What's on the other side? Kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something I
She's
can't
Alice in
around
Wonderland.
me going
I'll
curious.
just climb in the
Mhm.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay, you better notice Harry's in taking that dress off for the rest of the night.
Just be careful. Right.
If we're gonna fight anything, she's gonna fight in that dress. And also heels, because you told, oh, she doesn't know how to walk on heels, but she's super dexterous, so yes, she can walk on.
It's just natural for her. Yeah.
It's the same way how she always walks on the balls of her feet. It hasn't changed
Mm-hmm.
because it, like the whole hopping through forest thing.
Yeah.
It's the same walking style.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that, right?
She's badass.
I think at some point Rose, like during all of the celebration stuff, Rose sits next to Vero and she mentions, and she just is kind of staring at her wine and goes, "So this is the wine that was the grapes were grown by my sister, and I swear if she wasn't working on the vineyard, she could be a druid."
That sounds definitely. I'd really like to meet her if that's the case.
I'm sure she'd love you. She's really into all of the like. This is Rose being like. This is after several glasses of wine, Rose. And she's like, yeah. She would probably love you. She loves plants and things like that. Dad is really the one in charge of all the fields for most of what I remember. But when Willow was, hold on, I need to make sure that this is actually the right person.
It's Willow.
Yeah,
It's Willow. I double checked.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When Willow showed she could, showed like her green thumb, it just everything was better. Like the the company was okay before then, but Willow, she just helped everything so much more. She's just kind of stares off into the distance, just like remembering something.
Well, when we meet her again, I will. Yeah, I definitely would like to talk to her about that.
Yeah, I hope she's still. I hope she's still. She sighs. I hope she's still herself, and she's just kind of vague about it because she's been thinking about the fact that it's been 100 years lately.
Oh God, that's
Well, she doesn't try to make it obvious, but she is definitely thinking about something heavy that's weighing heavily on her mind.
Yeah, but you probably can't see that.
How old
He's
would she
insightful
be?
as shit.
He
How old would
probably
she be?
puts a. Sorry.
Willow was before we left, but before everything happened, Willow was like the equivalent of in her 20s. Hold on, no, sorry. Willow was like the equivalent of in her mid 30s. She would be. I did the math at some point. I don't remember anymore. Basically, she was like 35 back 100 years ago. So
135.
something like that.
Yeah.
So I think when he sees that it's really heavy, he puts a hand on her shoulder and says,
Roll.
"Well, I mean, if she's like me, there's a possibility that she. Well, I think we can only wait and see, though. Don't lose hope."
She just nods and kind of smiles. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just thinking. That's all.
I can understand that. And he just probably, while watching what's going on with the others, just sits next to Rose. Be silent, company.
Yeah, that works. just for y'all's information, like, hi, Valen.
Sorry.
No,
Is he
you're
laughing?
good.
Forgot I wasn't. He's laughing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's okay.
good.
Laughing is good.
Like, for y'all's references, like, the approximate ages of siblings, like, Reed would have been 38 100 years ago, at least human age-wise. Willow would have been 35. The twins would have been 31. Rose was, like, in her mid-20s, so, like, 26-ish 100 years ago. And her younger brother would have been about 20, in at least maturity-wise.
What's that?
That's the cutest sound.
Yeah. But, like, she's just
you're
just
kidding.
staring.
Ah. Sorry, I was gonna write down those ages, but it took me for about a year and a half to find my pencil.
I can like send it to you in Discord.
That would be great. Just so I could get their ages so I know how old they are now and do all that math.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, I think I did the math a while ago, but I can't find that bit, of course.
No,
But I'll give you the approximate ages.
Hey, baby.
Do. But yeah, that's all I got right now.
I'm kind of thinking if he would know if he'd maybe ask her something to just just bring her mind away from that heavy topic during that time that he asks her something about the wine. Just
Ask her the process in which it's made.
yeah, exactly. He'd like to know what went into the wine he bought her, if she's up for that.
Yeah, she would probably take that offer to talk about something else, and just goes on. She goes on like, well, I don't know exactly what part of the field she probably took this from, and then just launches into like the whole process, and that helps her feel a little better.
I would really like to give her some advice, but you can hardly give someone advice if they're scared about how people have changed when he saw that it could very well happen.
Yep. Although, yeah, so if you actually look at between the two, between Sane and Benna, Benna is the example that people change, kind of. And Sane is the example that, nah, they really don't.
It comes to their core. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and a little bit after, I guess Sarabi is done showing off her dress, but is still in it. And when she thinks Sarabi's not too distracted, Callie will go pull out that melon and go give it to her, be like, here, this is yours as well.
Nice! And then she's conflicted because if I eat this melon, I'm going to ruin this dress. But I really want to eat this melon. But I really don't want to take out this dress. This is so complicated.
Just go grab her wolf pelt and use it as like a giant bib. Yeah. Like there. We'll just tie it the opposite way on you. It'll be a giant bib.
Good. Okay, so parts the melon and give half to Pietro.
Oh, he just wolfs it down. Like you have to like he does that dog thing where he puts his paw down on it so it doesn't move. So he's now mixed in some dirt into the melon too. But it is not in any way hamper him.
He's going to have a melon helmet by the time we end this.
Basically.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
I guess they all hang out and fucking drink.
Yep. They drink.
Our auntie, she gets
they drink.
apple juice.
Good things happen. You guys sort of have a moment of celebration because y'all need it.
I want to try the wine.
No.
Can I just have a sip?
No.
Look,
young.
if we Rose interrupts. Look, if we water it down enough, she should be fine. That's what Mom and Dad did all the time when I was young.
I want to try it. It's not fair.
Just let's water down the rosé wine. The rosé wine's already like the dregs of what was left of the crop, and if we water it down, it should barely have any alcohol in it at all.
Look, you can buy dangerous weapon, but you can't drink alcohol. We don't make the rules.
I only want to taste it.
Alright,
Why can't I just taste it?
You know,
I've had alcohol before.
Vera wanted to say something about the wine, and then Sarabi said that, and he kept quiet because she makes sense.
This is the world we live in. And just
Come on, I'm a member of this group too. Don't I deserve some?
Rose, just water it down.
She's already gotten like a glass and just like put in like 3/4 water and like a quarter wine, and then hands it over to our auntie.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, I had this thought across the Callie's head. She's probably gonna say it. Be like, our auntie, the reason that you can't drink alcohol at your age is because if you do, you're gonna turn out like him, and she's gonna point at Pill. Yeah. You're gonna be him when you grow up.
What's wrong with me? Tell hand her a drink.
No, don't hand her shit.
Ha, nice try.
And because it's a red wine, it will probably taste awful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not the first time I've tried alcohol.
Well, it's just like me as the player don't like. I don't like red wine because like I think I can taste the tannins. So like it just tastes awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, that's not the first time you tried alcohol.
Sarabi sips and go,
When?
tastes like pretension.
Rose definitely laughs about that. Maybe a little bit.
What did she say? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Tastes like pretension.
Ah, I see.
Just imagining you guys finding a bottle of like 1,000 gold wine. It's like a it's got a white bottle with a red label on it. That's it. It just says pretentious on it.
I don't know. Drinking this make me wanna go handle my money in front of poor people. I don't know why.
Rose keeps laughing because she's well aware that the clientele for the high bottles are basically that people.
Yeah. Kelly clambered up there. She's like, "Well, you're not wrong. They do drink this shit." She would know.
Yeah, it's this. She holds up the bottle that Vero had bought her. This is stuff that you will see on the tables of kings and queens. We're that good. Now, whether or not Rose is telling the truth is a different set of conversations, but she knows that they sell the wine to high up nobles, at least.
Oh yeah.
Would I have seen my parents drink that one? Just a question.
Probably. Some of the high bottle wine has probably been in their cellar. You know, they probably have wine from lots of vineyards. But those particular vineyards you probably have seen those kinds of labels in the cellar, but it probably wasn't predominantly high bottle wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say because at least because elves live as long as they do, the high bottles probably came about really not so long ago, at least according to Vero's parents. So they might have a couple bottles, but not like a whole rack of them.
I see.
Yeah.
Now it's a different story because it's been
It's been 100 years. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, damn! No, that's what they are going to be everywhere. Maybe. I don't know, but at least the first bottle that Rose knew gonna be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
Damn it, Rose! Why didn't you get the bottles from home? The 100 years we could sell them like.
Yeah, how did you know that we were gonna die for 100 years and get cold wine on
Only
your
we
person?
had known.
If it makes you feel better, Sarabi, I don't know if they'll still have it, but Mom kept a couple of bottles the years that we were all born, Mom kept a couple of bottles of the wines that were made when we were born. Because I died as early as I did, they might still be at the vineyard. I don't know. Like she says this in the way that drunk people do when they don't realize they said something problematic. So it doesn't hit her that that's a really sad comment.
Yeah.
Allow me to show a picture of Sarabi right there.
At least you're honest.
Oh god, my character just frowns. I just don't know.
I mean, following that, Rose probably talks about like some of the big sales that she was able to see before she left the vineyard. And Sarami is just like rubbing her hands together like X.
Somebody's like, let's go take over Rose's family's business.
Can you hear the ching ching
But if you want to talk about partnership, Reed's probably still in charge right now. He's the one who does all the money stuff.
Callie goes, what are we gonna do? Just run around all of Faerun with the high bottle symbol on our armor?
I mean, I don't think that they would say no.
Hey, there is nothing wrong in having a sponsor.
That's
I nearly spit up my water.
We could totally go on adventure saving people with the symbol of the winery in our clothes. And they
so
can
like,
pay us for that.
We're not the Risen anymore, we're the high bottle brigade.
we're the risen high bottles.
Yeah.
Whoa, they can totally make a reason flavor.
What does it taste like? No, don't answer
Victory!
that.
Victory! That's the slogan on the bottle. What does it taste like? Victory. Oh god.
Oh man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. So you guys successfully party and drink your way through the night.
Rose
and
should also
eventually
teach them how to play Uno.
Yeah.
I think at some point in the at some point in the night, she's like, "Hey, I just remembered a great card game," and she like takes out the cards and just like starts explaining how to play Uno. And then there's a lot of fighting about an hour later.
I would like to mention that Vero is probably trying to stay sober, so he would like in a way that doesn't like insult other people. So he's nursing a glass of wine.
It's the same glass of wine the whole night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. My only question is, as everybody starts to kind of like go to sleep for the night, Kali, did you want to talk to Sane and Venna at all?
While drunk, yes.
Okay, that was what I wanted to know.
Well, I think at some point before she actually does get to that point, she would have found time to go over to one of them or both of them, depending on if they were together or not, and ask them, first off, when they were going to leave.
Oh, Sane kind of, crosses her arms and sort of sits back a little bit farther on her bench. Probably two days, so not in the morning. Tomorrow morning, probably, would be when we would need to go.
Repeat that again, Beth. I'm sorry, it cut out for me.
Oh, so not tomorrow morning, but the next morning.
Okay.
I was asked if I could come quicker.
Okay. Before you go, though, I need to talk to you. I don't want to talk tonight, but, yeah, I need to talk to you.
Okay. All right, we can talk. I'll be here for tomorrow anyway. And we can talk in the night, but we're riding out at dawn.
Okay.
I'm thinking something, but I'm not sure if it's a bad idea or not.
What?
That's up to you, Sano.
It just, I think at some point he's just gonna go. Who was helming the operation to go to the military?
It's the
That's
Scarlet. It's Scarlet. It's the Violet Widows.
So sane.
so Sane would. So he might. Probably sometime after Kali talked to her or before, I don't know.
Mhm.
And he would ask. So I'm excuse me, I'm sorry, but you were planning to go to the military zone, right?
Yeah, there's something going on in there, and we haven't heard back from many of our people. We got to go check on them. It's just there's something wrong up there. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
I had something about revolution against some nobles.
She frowns a little bit and just kind of shrugs her shoulders. She has suddenly gone very. Saying is very easy to tell because she stopped talking. Because she's bad at lying. She just kind of makes a non-committal sound.
From what I heard, they're very powerful and calculating. I don't. You probably know not to underestimate them, but I'm just think twice about anything you do. They're very. From what I've heard, those nobles are always a few steps ahead.
You're no suspicious at
Not at all.
He's worried, okay? It's more important to. Like, those are Kali's aunts, okay?
No, we get it. It's just
If they're
funny.
gonna do anything to them, he's not gonna forgive himself.
Sane studies you for a minute and nods. We'd been telling people we didn't know what was going on in there. That's not completely true. She just kind of slaps you on the back a couple times like some good hearty slap. Don't worry about it. I've got it.
I should have known, I'm sorry.
No. You care about your friends. Appreciate that. Just care about them. And she nods over to the rest of the group. Keep an eye on them for me, yeah? You seem to be the only one who's got any sense in your head.
God damn it.
Will do. And he will leave then because he doesn't want to make himself any more suspicious.
Okay. Alright, so does anybody have any other conversations we want to do before we call it for the night? Or for the in-game night? And then
In-game
we
night,
wrap
yeah.
up, and then we wake up the next morning. Yeah.
I'm actually imagining some drunk singing.
Oh, yeah. There's
Oh,
definitely
for
some
sure.
drunk partying and singing,
Mhm.
and merriment is happening, and Ariente is leading some kind of sea shanty, and you guys are all singing off key, and she's trying to, guide you guys into singing better. Yeah.
Not a party of
It
bards.
basically ends for the most part. Most of you guys, pretty much everybody has a good time. Yeah. Okay. But again, you guys get to sleep, and you wake up in the morning, and everything, went well for the most part. Nobody attacked you during the night. You all wake up. None of you were hungover because you only had 2 bottles to work your way through, and there are a lot of you.
Was it 2 or was it more than that? I thought we had
we also had some mead.
We had mead as well. 4 bottles of mead.
Would you like to roll Constitution saves? I was just gonna.
I mean, I don't know. Depends on what everybody thinks their character would do. Would they get fucking shit-faced drunk or just fun drunk?
I think that Rose got to fun drunk, just to like forget about like the things that she's thinking about.
It's really hard to get Rose to shit-faced.
It really is.
Just that. Or that.
What?
Nothing.
So you guys both, for the most part, you guys only ever got to fun drunk and not to shit-faced drunk. So I will not have you guys have to make checks in the morning for hungoverness.
Okay.
Sarabi reluctantly put back her normal clothes, all salt.
Okay, so
We'll find an occasion to wear the dress.
oh yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry. So Vero, your potion is ready.
Nice.
So you now have a what is it? Lesser healing potion. Or common. They're called common. You have a common healing potion. Yeah, so you guys now have an additional common healing potion.
I think does anybody else want it? But I'm sure it's like his first potion. I think he keeps it.
It is.
Yeah, you should keep
First
it.
potion.
Yeah, you should keep it.
So I have health potions marked there. Should I make those 2 into 3?
Yes. Yeah, your potion worked out the way you intended for it to work out. Something of note is something you didn't notice until this point is that the creator's magic is involved in the making of the potion. So these health potions that you have, because they've come from different sources, have minor variations. It's something you've noticed now. And you can tell that your potion is different from their potions, but only in the sense that it's something you've made and not someone else made. So it's got almost like you're starting to become more familiar with how potions work, and you can tell they almost have like a signature basically woven into the magic, that this has your signature in it. It doesn't affect the potion at all. It's just something, if you ever want to try to identify maybe the source of a potion, you can try to figure it out.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So you guys heading back to town to try to do some more nerd shit?
I mean, I would. Pill?
I wanted to use the chance, like since we don't know probably how much time we have to with Vina
We have
and
a day.
Zane.
They're gonna leave in the morning.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
a day.
that's but the night after this they're gonna be talking to Kali. So I wanted to use the opportunity to have see if Vina could teach Sarabi make flame arrows.
To make the flame arrows? Okay, so that's probably going to take you most of today. So you're probably going to be tied up with Venna making these arrows. But she could probably teach you in the day. You're going to have to make some checks because it's going to be a little complicated, but you could probably learn to do.
So question, if I learn, can I pick to carry 8 poison or flame arrows?
Yes, you can convert them. You would have 10 flame arrows if you make your checks.
Nice.
And you can now continue to make flame arrows.
Cool. Okay, yeah. I'm staying for that. You guys do what you want.
So the big trick with the flame arrows is that these 10 you're not going to have to pay for because Venna has the supplies for them, but you will need, it's going to be like 10 gold to make 10 arrows, yeah? Because you have to go, no, that's too much. It's going to be 5 gold to make 10 arrows. So
yeah,
you have to buy the components basically to make the arrows or find them. Yeah.
And the poison arrow, why don't I have to pay for?
The poison arrows you didn't have to pay for because you were killing things that had poison in them and were just using that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've been killing a lot of spiders and shit, so it has not been a really big issue for you to find poison sources. But for the flame arrows, you can kill creatures that have these components, or you can find them naturally in the woods.
What kind
So,
of component?
it involves you need charcoal. What is it? Firewort, and it's a tar basically. It's charcoal as the sort of the burn source. The tar clings everything together, and the firewort ignites on contact. It's like a contact explosive.
I gotta Google where to find those things.
Basically, the tar you can make. It's basically cooked down tree sap. The charcoal is something that's just you can get from like firewood. If you cook the wood long enough without it like super burning, you can make charcoal. And then the firewort is a plant that grows in the snake woods, but also grows other places. It's like a deep wood ivy. So when you're in the really thick wooded areas, you'll find firewort. It's like a red ivy that grows on the outside of trees. So you can just purchase it, or you can go hunt for it and pluck it. But yeah, it's stuff you can
Nice.
find. It's how Ven has been
Finally,
making
I have something to get Sarabi to do while we are waiting on places, instead of just playing cards with Pietro.
But yeah, so go ahead and make me first an intelligence check.
Oh no!
I know. And then a survival check.
Intelligence.
Not bad.
Well,
Not bad. That's
Survival.
pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. And survival. All right. With those two scores, yeah, it definitely takes you all day to make these arrows, because you conceptually understand how they're supposed to go together. It's the survival check was to see actually how well you could put them together. So it's one of those things. It's like you think you got everything together, but then when you shoot the arrow, it doesn't ignite, or you put everything together, but it combusts in your hands and that kind of thing. So it's just been taking you a while to figure out exactly the right technique to get it done. But yeah, you could definitely make these arrows.
It happens.
Yeah, so now you have flame arrows. They do an additional, so just like the poison does 1d4 poison, these ones do 1d4 fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna stay there all day. You guys do your thing.
Is there a going back to what I've been bothering someone about before? Is there a blacksmith shop inside that one town, or is it the one closer to the coast?
There are blacksmiths both places.
Okay.
It depends on what kind of smith you're looking for. A weaponsmith would probably be closer to the coast. Everyday smith, you're probably going to find here in town.
Yeah, I need a weapons armor smith.
Yeah, that would probably be closer to the coast.
Okay. I might wait then. Unless we're fine with us splitting up in 3 different areas today.
It's up to you guys. I mean,
we've done it
can
before.
get out to the coast today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an all-day thing to go there and come back.
It is.
Yeah. Well, before I make that decision, what's everyone else doing? Vero's gonna go back to the archive. Yeah, what are the rest of you guys gonna do? Or want to do, I should say.
I want to get shit faced.
Okay, well, you can do that anywhere. Rose, what do you want to do?
Rose just kind of shrugs. I can be anywhere right now.
Alright, Arianti, what do you want to do?
Oh, sorry. What are we doing?
What do you
What
want
are
to
you gonna
do for today?
Oh,
Do you have any goals?
I want to go research on the Playwalkers.
So you want to go with Vero,
Yes.
essentially. Okay. Decisions. Okay, so Arianti and Vero can go there, and they know the way there and back. It's just a 2-hour walk. We've walked the trail multiple times. They don't really need escorts. Pill, I don't know where the fuck you're gonna go.
But if he's going to get shit-faced, taking Rose with him is probably the best option.
Yeah, I'm about to say, does he? Well, he can't do that though. So I was gonna say, Kelly might ask if she could take one of their horses out again to the city on the coast up there. And see if one of them wanted to come along. But if they both come along, you can't really take one horse. Or you could take both if Sane's fine with that. But they have everything on their horses. So, well, I guess they don't have them all loaded on yet. That'd be kind of inconvenient
have
to have
quite
everything
packed.
on your horses for 2 whole days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they haven't packed up their horses yet. They've just
Yeah.
packed up their things. But yeah, you can ask Sane to borrow the horses.
That is, if they even want to come with Callie. They don't have to. Just if you want to. She can go by herself. Actually, no, she can't go by herself. Rose has to come with her, so it's up to Pill. Essentially, if Callie's gonna go to the coast, she's dragging Rose with her, whether Rose likes it or not. She will carry her there if she has to. But
I
it's up
don't
to
know
Pill.
if Rose is aware that Kali is gonna drag her to the coast, whether she likes it or not.
Right, Callie's like, hey Rose, I'm gonna go up to however the fuck you say the name of that town. That's me saying that. Callie would know how to say it. I don't fucking know. It's like, do you want to come with?
I don't know.
You should come with. And that's how that conversation goes.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna come with.
Who told you you had an option?
Nice.
So what about Bill?
Pocket
Does
healer
Bill
with
want to
me.
go to the coast with the girls, or does he want to head into town and do nerd shit?
No, he'll go with the coast of the girls. He'll be like, as long as I get shit faced, I don't give a shit where I go.
I mean, you could also
Okay.
dress. You could also dress as Vero again if we want to go check out the shops with the Violet Widow
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
That's a
Vero
big-
just looks at Kali and he doesn't even say anything. He looks just say, "Why are you encouraging him?"
She's like,
He's going to have such an awful reputation when we leave it down.
she looks back at him and goes, "What?" Doesn't get it. What?
makes him happy.
Gotta get him out somehow. Can't stay cooped up all the damn time.
Go outside, it's for your own good.
He has to get some sunlight. I mean,
Kali, so you approach Sane and ask to borrow both hers and Vena's horses.
if they're
Horses
fine. If
and-
not, it's okay.
Oh no, Vena just gives you or Sane just gives you this scowl and goes, "Listen, taking the horses and not coming back will not negate the fact that we have to go tomorrow. So just like you do have to bring them back."
Callie goes, "Fuck, you found me out. God damn it. I can't do anything."
But yeah, no, you can borrow the horses. She's just like,
Oh.
now you bring them back, okay?
I was like, I will. I have
But
to
yes,
come
you
back
guys
to get
definitely ride out
Sarabi
to town.
anyway. But yeah.
Cool.
I-
Okay.
Ariant is going to go alone?
She's going with
No,
Vero.
Arianti and Vero.
Okay. Okay, no, then Pietro stays with Sarah.
It's his turn. It's his turn to play mom.
Yep, to babysit. Well, don't worry.
Okay.
Technically, Callie and Rose are now also babysitting the other child. So, everyone has their
Ah.
child to watch after for today. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll deal with the folks going to town first, because you guys are doing nerd shit. So for the nerd shit, Vero, you find the last tome of what Honeydew soft journals. I think I said his name right. Yes, Honeydew Softfoot. So you find the last one of Honeydew Softfoot's journals that they have in town, and again, it's just horrendous to translate. But at this point, you kind of have the gist of it, and it's not as difficult because you know basically his writing style. But he is this last journal is entirely during his time while he is camping out in the Snakewood. So it's just getting more and more convoluted and stopping in the middle of sentences, starting up again, is seeming almost days later, but without having changed the time. because normally he's really good about annotating what day it is, and sometimes it seems like he's jumping around in time a little bit as he searches for the thing controlling the uh the source of power. It's what he keeps describing it as. It's the source of power for the Guardian, is what he keeps calling it. And he's talking about how he's been avoiding it and how he uses this powder to hide his tracks and his scent so the animal can't find him. And eventually it's just page after page of the words over and over. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it. And it's just written for the last, 10 pages of the book is just the words, I found it. And this is the last volume of Honeydew's manuscript.
So, okay, I have. He uses dust.
Yeah.
To have the animal stop finding him, and he keeps searching for that source of power.
The source of power. You make an Arcana check.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dice, where are you? I'm sorry. I have to just. I have my whole dice back here, but where are the 20s?
I know, they always run away when you need them.
What was the name of that halfling again?
Honeydew Softfoot.
I love half.
I love halfling names too. They're great.
Oh yeah,
They're really cute.
I love it. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that I made up a hell of a lot of names.
I know. You made up an entire family of them.
Yes!
That's alright, I guess. 14 together.
14 together. The vague ass description that he's given you of this dust sounds like dust of tracelessness, which is basically a powdered form of pass without a trace. It covers your tracks
Dust of tracelessness.
and hides you. And so basically, it's a he couldn't probably cast this spell on his own, but he found a powdered way to do it.
Pass without. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, if you read the description of Pass Without a Trace, the spell says that it covers your tracks and make it seem as though no one has crossed through the area. So if he's the forest and you're keeping the forest from looking like someone's been there, it's hard for him to tell where you are.
Okay, cool. Now I know how to get in there. Okay. So this, when I'm finished with that tome, I'd probably go to our auntie and be like, okay, I'm sorry it took you so long, but I'm here to help.
Alright, so you guys are looking for information about the Planewalkers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I need both of you to make investigation checks, because you're looking in the archives for something about the Planeswalker.
Where did my... I thought I opened it. I guess I have to open it again.
Oh, nice!
Ooh, what'd you get?
And 18 plus my investigation of 3 is a 21.
Not bad. What about you, Katie?
18.
Nice!
18. Solid. Okay, so you guys actually both did pretty solid for this check. You do not come across anything that's blatantly like about the Planeswalkers, or anything that's similar to it. The close you do come to is a manuscript about the gods, it's hard to tell exactly which gods they're referring to. They don't ever refer to them by name. There's no. It's like an unpublished manuscript is what you find. It's like stuffed up inside a shelf, like someone sort of didn't file this away correctly, and it doesn't have like a binding of any kind. It's just like loose papers that have been woven together with some kind of string binding. And there's the first like handful of pages are missing, but there's no clear. So you don't know who the author is. You don't know when this was written or anything like that. But the person who's writing it is not. They're using not abbreviations, but phrases that don't mean anything to you. They're like titles for the gods that you guys aren't familiar with. You know what they're talking about the gods because they talk about the primordial gate and the plane system and the gate on the divine plane that lock the gods away and keep them from interfering with our realm. It talks about the astral sea. It's very clearly about the plane system. And through looking through this book and paging through it and trying to find more information, they do refer to I'm trying to, because this isn't going to give you guys a lot of information because it's going to be still a hard thing to find. So you guys did find something. You find information about they continually refer to this god as the speaker. And they talk about the speaker having agents that the speaker calls planeswalkers. The planeswalkers, it doesn't describe them very well. It just loosely says that they are the agents on the more plane for the speaker. And that's about as much detail as this whoever this was goes into about what a planeswalker is. It's very brief and just kind of is like a footnote. But the rest of this goes on to talk about, to continue to refer to the gods as these strange names. The only ones that you can like pick out which gods you know off the top of your head are pretty straightforward. Things like the Father's Light, Dawnfather, or it's Paylor. It's some of those you can figure out, but some of the names are just really cryptic.
Who's the speaker, I wonder?
Considering that you've been referred to as... I don't want to make any incorrect guesses.
Well, what do you think?
Well, since you are able to walk and are Calambar's champion, and it says here that he has agents in the mortal plane, it could be referring to Calambar. Well, don't take my word for it. It's just a speculation.
What are planewalkers doing? I don't understand. What are they there for? I don't get it. And why is it different from me?
It doesn't go into detail in here.
Guess we'll have to look somewhere else for more information.
Very likely.
All right.
I'm sorry, it's all this library apparently holds archive.
Could I try researching something about what are those little spirit things that guide the souls that I saw?
The Will o' the Wisps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try to describe some of. You could probably look into some of those. Go ahead and make me another investigation check.
14.
14. Okay. Not so much here. You think that the archive it's nice to have the archive, but the wisps and things like that sound much more. You're probably more likely to find them in a library reserve for religious text. And since you found this one manuscript that kind of is religious, you think planeswalkers might also be more in a religious library. So rather than this just being a generic archive, going into a major church and asking to see their archives, you might have better luck.
Is there any major churches around here?
Not in this town. You've got one that's a polytheistic temple, but there isn't one that's dedicated to the individual gods so much, except you know that there is one for Paylor here. It's a smaller one in the slums that's run by Father John, who you guys encountered earlier. But for the most part, you think when you start heading up the Sword Coast, Waterdeep will probably have one. Baldur's Gate's for sure to have one.
Alrighty then, we'll just have to wait until we get there.
But at least now you know what kind of library you need to look in. Okay, so then we're going to the coast. What are we doing on the coast?
Looking for a smithery.
Sure. Yeah, it's probably pretty quick.
Oh yeah, because you're trying to get the shield thing.
Getting his shit done with. Yeah.
You're trying to do what?
We're getting Rose a fucking shield so Callie can stop worrying about her.
Oh, okay. You guys are gonna go buy Rose's shield. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely find us. Okay. What kind of shield are we purchasing today?
Let's see.
Yeah, I think that it slowly Rose is still not sure about what Collie's taking her to do until we get there, and there's just like a bunch of shields, and she's like, "Oh, that's right."
Yeah, not like she hasn't been on your ass about it for the last week and a half or two.
I mean, fair enough, but also just like it doesn't occur to her whatsoever. She's been focused on other things.
Yeah, Callie's whole job is to protect you guys, so she worries about it. She's like, you can use a fucking shield. Why don't you have one? You know, kind of thing.
Haven't you learned how to use a shield?
Yeah, you're a cleric. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah.
Why? Why don't you have it?
Yeah, so we're basically getting Rose a shield. What are the options?
I am flipping to that page in the handbook. 140. What?
Poison made out that put up a picture of Steven Universe with the shield out.
We can use the artist's legend and turn its color.
This is the most useless thing. It just says, I don't... Apparently there aren't multiple kinds of shields.
Oh,
There's
is it like
just
a +1 and a +2, or is it only just a +2 shield?
It's just +2.
Yeah, okay, well then fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
There'd
so
be a
you get
+1 if
shield.
there's a +2, but okay. Yeah.
Yep, there's
I
just
guess wooden
+2 shields.
would count as a +2.
You can probably find a
Metal
+2 shield for... Probably is going to run you about 10 gold.
Cool.
It's not that expensive to get a shield. Now, this one's not enchanted or anything, so it's just normal.
As long as it brings her AC up by 2.
Yep, it'll bring her AC up by 2.
Yeah.
Can at least be something like this.
Oh yeah, you can have the shield look like... Okay, I was about to say whatever you want, but I'm refraining from that. Yes, it can look like that. I look at the picture before I agreed.
Yeah.
Remember the pinup Arandra on the back?
Wait for it. It's gonna happen. Wait for it. Okay? I was gonna say though first, Callie's going to insist on buying it. I don't care. She does not care what Rose says or does. Callie's the one buying it. If Rose argues, Callie's gonna argue back louder. You know? No.
So I take it is how Callie wins most of her arguments.
Yes,
By yelling
raises her
louder.
voice. Yeah. Or just gets the more authoritative tone. And then she'll just be like, you buy us everything all the fucking time. You're constantly using your money. You're constantly healing us. I'm buying you a fucking shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like she does start to argue, but because Kali keeps talking over her, she's like, okay.
She'll just be
This clearly
domineering.
matters to her.
Yes, it matters a lot. And then it's gonna look like that, I guess. You want it to look like a bunch of roses?
Sure. I mean,
I had an idea. We could take the artist bludgeon. We could take paper and make the Avandra symbol and use the artist bludgeon to, like, cut out the Avandra symbol on paper and then use the artist bludgeon on it. So, like, it's almost like a stencil. And stencil the Avandra symbol on the front of it.
yeah, that's basically what I wanted anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so they can do that really quick after they get it. And then before Callie gives it to her, she's like, hang on, and she fiddles with the back of it, and there you go. Then she'll hand it to you. Yeah. And then when you turn it around, and you look inside of it, there's that pinup picture of Avandra put in there. That she drew just for you.
She goes red as soon as she sees it.
Yeah.
And then just kind of holds it close like, oh, thanks, thanks.
To inspire you in battle.
Or distract you in battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely going to distract for a while.
Yep. At some point, you can put a magic, buy a magic shield. At some point, you could probably even buy one in town, but you'd probably have better luck the farther up the coast you go. Once you head up more north, magic items are going to be much easier to find.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to at some point get like an adamantium shield or something like that, it could be proved to be useful. Yeah. But you do now have an additional +2 armor class. Just know you can only use single-handed weapons.
Which
Yeah,
she uses anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the crossbow's two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
I have a short bow, so
Short
yeah,
bow.
that is.
Yes, that's two-handed.
yes.
So
So you'd have to drop
so
it
you
for
will
the
not have
short
that
bow.
that
But yeah.
+2 while you're using the bow. But as long as you're,
It's
go
called a shield +2.
yeah, it's just a +2 shield. So you just say shield, and it gives you +2 AC.
So you just bump your armor up 2.
+2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So make sure to breathe a pin-up shield.
Pin-up shield.
Yeah, right. It is the pin-up Avandra shield.
Oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing.
That's okay.
I'm not actually going to use the shield in battle, but
Sorry,
hey, I use it as a weapon in battle. But yeah, my
Yeah,
class
you don't
is now-
normally you can't use the shield as a weapon in battle anyway unless you have a certain feat.
yeah.
So yeah. It's
Yeah, I
just
would have to come up with
defend with.
stats for it, but
No, I put it under weapons so I remember
Oh,
that
right,
I
you know, yeah.
have it.
Mhm.
yeah.
Sorry, I spoiled the surprise. I thought that was like common knowledge already that I should.
It's okay. I mean,
Okay.
Sparrow knew what was gonna happen, so
Yeah.
yeah.
No worries. This all worked out. I just didn't know what the hell you guys were doing.
Yeah. Well, Callie didn't mention it because she didn't want to hear arguing on the way there. So she's like, "You're coming. I'll talk to you. Tell you what we're gonna do once we're there." Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do while you're?
Is there anything else we need up in this town?
Are you guys doing okay on health potions? Is there any other?
I
I don't know how much longer you guys are out.
mean, I figure we're gonna come back out here anyway, just because we're gonna go up to Baldur's Gate first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would have to go through this town to head up.
So
to
we'll go
Baldur's
back through
Gate.
again.
Exactly.
Callie just wanted this now. She will go sneak a glance at that shop if they pass by it. But
The
she
magic
won't.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Mhm.
But yeah. That's all she wanted to do. She just wanted the cleric to be safer.
That's fair. It's a valid argument.
Yeah.
I know in my other game I particularly target clerics because clerics. They're like they have giant kick me signs essentially.
I mean, I do about the same. So, one cleric
Okay.
in the group.
Cool.
Oh, targeting the bard all the time.
And the bard, yeah. Cleric and the bard. Those tend to be the targets.
Now,
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
the bug is
throws
personal.
yourself into combat. The cleric just has a kick me sign because the cleric's the one healing you all.
Yeah.
So,
usually whoever is healing doesn't have to necessarily be the cleric.
nah.
Because of my other campaign I did a while back, they didn't have a cleric, they only had a bard that healed. So he was the target for everything. He was the healer. Yeah. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah.
So you guys sort of this is kind of what your day is. Eventually, it only took about half the day for Vero and RENT to look up that information in the archives. Was there something else you guys wanted to do in the local before you head back to where Sarabi is trying to blow with arrows?
I mean, he wouldn't do anything in particular. He might keep a lookout on maybe a little bit dust of tracelessness, just in case.
Arianty wants to sing about the bargeists.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check. So basically, you guys go to the town square where they've got the shops and everything, and Arianty sets up shop, puts her little hat out so she can collect money, and you wander around and do a little shopping while Arianty collects money to pay for your shopping excursion. But no, for the most part, that kind of magic item is not something in this little town. You don't know where Honeydew came across Dust of Tracelessness, other than the fact that he might have already had some.
Okay. So no perception check?
No perception check. Not for this. It would, even if you got a nat 20 on this, it might be you find a different kind of magic dust, but it would not be Dust of Tracelessness.
Okay.
So if you want, you can roll, and I can see what other kind of dust you find.
No.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Please roll, please.
Sure. I mean, he might know already that it doesn't matter. I guess I can see he keeps a lookout for anything at all.
Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead and make a roll.
Nope.
Nope. What'd you get?
It's wait a second. I need to add the modifier on that. It's not a 1.
Okay, it's not a 1. I don't really care after that. Not a 1.
Perception, it would be 10. Yeah.
10. Okay.
You find dust
no,
bunnies.
for the most part, you just find pretty mundane stuff. But Katie, go ahead and roll a performance check for RENT.
26.
Holy. Go ahead and roll me 2d10.
It's great having a +9.
It is. It really does help that you being a bard thing.
Unless you're Sarabian and are trying to.
Hit something, yeah.
15.
Okay.
Oh, I have a +1, so minus that 1, so 14.
That's okay. You make almost 80 gold.
Sweet.
This was just a good day for you. Apparently, hearing about the town itself after the news, because it's been a day now, 2 days that it's spread around that you guys killed the hags. The town's atmosphere seems much more upbeat than it has since you guys have arrived. Because this information is now news that's going around, so there's more people in the streets, there's just more activity in the town square, because people are all talking to each other, everyone's spreading the news, they're asking questions, they're trying to, have you seen these adventurers, all of that. It's sort of going around and
You should
and
re-sing.
I noticed
about the
that
witches. Re-sing about the witches, but tell them the Risen did it.
The Risen
Give it a
did it.
week.
Because we didn't
Yes.
tell them it was the Risen last time because we didn't give ourselves a name. Yeah.
Give it a week, and
I
we
can-
are all going to end up being Goliaths with super with wings and super magic
well,
armor.
see, so far most of the gossip Arianti and Vero pick up on people arguing about which guild is because
Which
someone's
guild's
like, no,
responsible?
I heard it was the Violet. No, I heard it was Talon. The Crimson Talon didn't come down here. What are you talking about? Oh, it's
Crimson
a lot of this. It's a lot of this back and forth about what guild is actually responsible. Someone's like, well, I heard it was the Dawn Phoenix. Why are they here? They're East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, but yeah, you make 80 gold worth because everybody's in a much happier mood, and so hearing about people slaying monsters is just it adds to their mood.
Good
Oh
for
god, now you asked me and I forgot to look up stuff about Gabrielle again. Never mind.
That's okay. You can go back and if you want to try to look for him.
You have
May
half a
I?
day still.
Yeah, you can be wandering around in the town and go, oh shit, I forgot, and go running back to the archive, and the archivist is like, why are you here again? Normally my job is I sit here and read and do nothing, and yet you show up and you're in here every freaking day.
This dude cannot wait until Vero leaves town.
I mean, imagine this guy's normal job is basically him sitting on his iPhone playing Hearthstone.
Yeah.
That's what his job is. Except if Vero keeps showing up and he's
it.
ruining everything.
I'm sorry.
No, he's just salty. You're making him do his job. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So you rush back because you want to learn about Gabriel. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Another one, of course.
Yep. Because every time you look for something new, you're looking for like a different thing.
Investigation, yeah?
Yep.
Not good. It's a 9.
A 9. Ooh, no, there is not a lot of information about Gabe.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I probably keep annoying you with this
No.
library
It's
checks
okay.
all the time.
Eventually you'll get it. I mean, eventually you guys will find this. It's just some of this stuff is just things that aren't available in the town you guys are in. That's all.
Mm.
You guys are not in a. You guys are kind of on a trading route, but you're not like on the major part of the trading route. When you get up to the more of the bigger ports, the information you guys are looking for is going to be a lot easier to find.
All right, I'm sorry. It just. I was hoping for more obscure Druid journals.
No, not quite yet. Although I don't know if you would find any druid journals particularly about Gabriel, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, he will leave then, and
Yep.
sorry for disturbing you.
Yeah. So
And leave.
so you walk by and he's just sitting there. Make me get up and look for things and unlock the door and
Get off my ass.
Yep, basically. He's whining that he actually has to work. Yeah. Okay. So, with that, you guys probably all make it back to camp right about the same time. So it's maybe an hour before dusk. So it's getting pretty late. But Sarabi, you have successfully made an arrow that when it came into contact with your target, burst into flames. You're very proud of yourself, and it worked.
Nice. So,
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Do I carry them instead of the poison arrows, or do I carry both?
Yeah, you can have the poison arrows still, but you can't have both in your quiver. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so
you have to pick, like, before battle, you have to be like, okay, the fire arrows are in my quiver, the poison arrows are in my quiver. You can't switch in the middle of.
I mean, it makes sense mechanically, just because you would think that the poison arrows would be slightly more flammable.
Sure, they could be flammable. It also is one of those things that if you have too many, unlike green arrow, you cannot grab the arrow and figure out what kind of arrow you're grabbing out of your trick arrow bag. It's not how that works.
I mean, to be fair, I think that the green arrow cheats by having different notches on his arrows as he keeps pulling.
Oh, for sure. He definitely has some sort of code for it, but that only works because he's a superhero.
I know.
I'm totally okay with that. I just no.
But yeah, so you for sure can have the poison arrow still. You just have to tell me basically when you're like, okay, I'm using a fire arrow. From then on in, but it's just fire arrows.
I have something to prepare for the day, like the other people who actually do use magic.
You do. You could make fire arrows. Slowly through time, we're basically gonna slowly let you collect this whole pantheon of different arrow types that you can. Yeah. But you guys all make it back to camp. So.
Sorry, question. Is there any way in the character sheet that I could use something to keep track of arrows I have instead of just the item?
Good question. Hold on. Let me look at your character sheet really quick.
Kind of.
Other than your inventory, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I put them both in my.
How about the place that's right above all the flaws and bonds where you normally would keep inspiration for bards and all that? The class resource, yeah, and other resource. Could you make those different resources for different ammunition types?
Oh shit!
Yeah, let me look.
Fate. Yeah.
Her.
To make it easy, because I've been keeping track of it in the story.
I wonder if there's a way to just add it in if you could just type it in. Or...
Because, when I click on mine, because I have Second Wind and Superiority die, I have 2 of them. When I click on the plus underneath it, it gives me 2 more resource boxes, and then I can change the name of the resource.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can type these in. So these could...
Yeah, I just know that in the Barbarian I have... In the Barbarian I have the race.
Yeah.
Ooh!
You put that on there.
Nice, perfect. Great, I can...
And then you just manually move it down yourself. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. So there you go. So you could use those. So basically, for the sake of the fact that it just has it on the character sheet, we'll say that you can carry both types in your quiver, but you can only have 2 types of arrows, I guess.
Actually, doesn't she have 3? Because she has those other ones from Venna that she didn't use them all yet.
The black arrows? Yeah.
I also have 1 red arrow that Venna gave me that I never used. That is, I guess it's supposed to explode everything around? I don't know.
Yeah. It is a different kind of arrow. So if you ever pull out the red arrow, I'm using that one. We'll say the ones that you have an individual arrow can be part of your quiver because they'll be unique. But for your specific kinds of arrows, it's just one type that you can have in your quiver.
Yeah, because those are the ones that I can actually make. The other ones are items that are going.
They're special. Yeah.
But since they're special items, they can just always be in your quiver, basically, because you never know when you're gonna need it, so you might as well always have it. But eventually, when you do use the red arrow, it does look different than the fire arrows Avenna has been helping you make.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what this.
Of what the red arrow one is. Yeah.
Please don't be close.
Yeah, that one will be an interesting one. So yes, you first Vero and Arianti get back, and then maybe 90 minutes later or so, Rose, Kali, and Pill all get back. I'm assuming Pill at some point wandered off while they were buying a shield to buy alcohol so he could be drunk on the way back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you guys get back maybe before dusk. But everybody is now back.
And she shows off the front of her shield, like very carefully trying to make it not obvious that there's a pinup of her goddess on the back of it.
Cute.
Sarigel pass a hand through her face, shaking the ashes. Nice, Rose. Nice shield.
Thank you. Kali got it for me.
Oh, it's really nice. Can I take a look?
No.
Yeah, here. She's got it on her arm and is holding the front so that
Like
Arianti can see.
has her arm through the hoop,
Yeah.
the holder, yeah.
So she's like posing with it basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Just turning it so Arianti cannot see the back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is it?
God.
Oh, I know. Damn
Huh?
it, Kali.
What?
It's like Avandra in a trucker pickup girl pose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that girl. Yeah, she's in a. It's classy. It's not too bad, but still.
Isn't that kind of like blasphemy?
I mean, not
No.
necessarily. Like, it could just be like religious iconography.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never seen some Renaissance paintings of Mary are like very like she's tasteful, but not like
Yeah, like
how to
she's
put
not.
it.
She didn't draw her depicted in like a sexual way.
Ah.
It's just a little revealing. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's just not like.
She just has her boobs out, damn it.
Basically, it's
Yeah.
not porn. Okay.
it's not
porn on
porn,
American
it's
Reveal.
art.
Yeah.
The fine line between porn and art. It's
Yeah.
art, not porn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Egyptians are known to do stuff like that too. It's also very common to think about all of the depictions of the Greek and Roman gods are done in the same style. In fact, so it's very clearly art and it's supposed to be paying homage to the god rather than being insulting.
Promiscuous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they appreciated the human body a lot. So.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we are going to believe that's the reason Rose did the like that. Come on.
Oh yeah,
And Rose didn't
definitely.
do that. Kelly did it.
It was put on in the sense of, hey, here's your goddess.
Yeah.
But it was there was a double entendre for that drawing.
Oh, totally.
But
Wink, wink.
But yeah, so you guys have made it back into camp. Sane and Venna will be leaving in the morning.
It's your time. It's your time, Kali.
It is. She's mixed emotions about this, just like I do. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, so I guess, what time would it be? I guess after or as they make dinner for the day?
Mm-hmm.
And after she prepares herself, too, Callie's gonna pull Venna and Sane off to the side, kind of away from the group, because she doesn't want to have the talk in the middle of everybody or disturb them or anything. So she's gonna ask them both, I guess, to go somewhere. I don't know. Maybe into
Maybe
one of the
on a walk.
cabins or on a walk, or yeah. How about a walk to the clearing, whatever it's called?
Yeah,
I forgot what you called it. Glen?
it's a glade.
Glade. There you go. We started with a G. Had an L in it. Alright. So yeah, I'll walk towards the glade. And she'll wait a little bit until they get a little bit away from camp before, she clearly struggles to figure out how to start talking. And, she's just gonna give this heavy sigh after a minute of trying to figure it out and just hand them the letter and go, you know what? It's just easier if you read it too.
Sane makes this icky face.
They are really God damn it.
What?
They respect no privacy.
No, Sane makes this icky face because you hand her the want you to have opened this because she didn't want to know what was in it.
Guys, it's too fucking bad. I need you to know. Yeah.
And Vena's like, "What's that?" Vena has no idea what this letter. Vena has never. But so she takes it from you and reads it, and you watch her expression go sad to oh shit to a bigger oh shit to sad. She just kind of looks at you, looks at Sane, looks back at you, gives a more meaningful look at Sane, and then hands the letter to Sane, still all without saying anything to you. And Sane does that thing where she pushes it away, and Vena just keeps smacking her with it until she
Something, damn it.
And finally, Sane takes the letter, grumbling, and she reads through it. Her reaction is not nearly as
Animated?
open as Vena. She looks less surprised, realistically, than Vena did. Vena looks very surprised. Thane does not look as surprised. She does just kind of puff out her breath and goes, "Damn, I really wish you read this after we were left."
Kind of goes, when do I ever listen?
Fucking bad, dude.
What?
Sane just kind of folds it up and passes it back and sticks her hands on her hips and goes, Kali, I don't know what to tell you. I was not responsible for your dad's love life.
It's not. I know that. Okay? Just. I'm not showing it to you to be like, oh, look, this is what happened with mom and dad. No, it's just. She thinks for a second because she's still trying to figure out how she wants to word everything.
Did she cut only for me, or?
Huh?
I didn't hear anything you say. I think it could. Did it cut only for me?
A bit
Voice
for me
cut
too.
out.
Just a little bit at the end of what you were saying, but you were mostly just whining, so it was okay.
Yeah, she's just whining. Callie's just whining. She hasn't said anything meaningful at this point.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
I was just worried that nobody.
Just bitching.
Yeah.
Lost your train of thought. Shit. Hang on.
Okay.
I don't know. She goes, no, I'm showing this to you because I have to find her, and you both know her.
Sane makes an even bigger grimacy face. Then sort of kicks at the dirt a little bit, and both Sane and Vena don't kind of look at you because they're both trying to see if they can hold out to make the other one break first.
Ladies and gentlemen, the adults.
Yeah, finally, Vena just elbows Sane. You do it. And Sane glowers at her. And Sane just kind of, Kali, yeah, we knew her, but we didn't know her. Not really well. She didn't travel with us for that long. And then she left, and then she showed up again, apparently. We didn't actually see her when she brought you. Ruben just kind of said that was what happened, and we rolled with it. And then as you got older, I'm not an idiot, and very familiar with what your dad looks like, and put one and one together, and your dad didn't, and I kept my mouth shut. And Venice scratches her nose a little bit, and she's like, I think we all kind of just kept our mouths shut. Because, Zalia wasn't here, so we didn't want to, like, stir up bad memories, I guess. I didn't know she came back again to talk with Ruben. That part was new to me. And Sane sort of shrugs. Yeah, here too. I didn't know she popped back. The bit Angel Wings and Asimar. That one's new. Didn't know that one. And then it just kind of like,
Yep.
new information. And they both kind of look at Callie and go, so are you? And then Ven is like, then Sane's like, oh shit, you are! You've been talking about wings and nonsense! Oh my god! As like a big brick falls on her head as it occurs to her that she actually connects those dots.
Callie gives this like long, like deep suffering sigh. Like, oh. And she's like, I think so. I don't know. I've told. Well, actually, did she tell her? I don't remember. Whatever.
I know you just told Sane. I don't think Vanna knows.
Yeah. She'll just reiterate the whole thing. She's like, I don't know. Lately, I've been having weird shit happen. I could suddenly speak and know Celestial, and I can see in the dark, and Rose did her little magic seeing trick, and she said I had celestial energy. I don't fucking know. She was kind of not.
Well, that seems about right for our luck. She just kind of slaps you on the elbow and is just like, well, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, she's like, Vero's been helping. He thinks that I'm becoming one or something. I don't know. Though it doesn't make much sense. How do you become a different race? It's weird.
Kiddo, I don't really think it's becoming so much as puberty.
I'm 28 years old. Like, what?
Venna both Venna and Sane kind of give you this like smile and are like, oh dear, I went through puberty at 70.
You're not the same race I am. That's not equivalent. Yeah.
But if you were a race you didn't know you were.
Kiddo, I think it might be.
You're not human.
Because she's still grasping that, okay?
Yeah, what the letter's saying is true, and well, I'm gonna take your dad at face value here, because he wasn't much of a liar when I knew him. And you can suddenly miraculously read Celestial. 1 and 1 makes 2.
Our little cat is becoming a woman.
God, I do love how the puberty analogy just kept.
Yep.
It's a gift. People give.
Yeah, she kind of runs her hand down her face, like, doesn't know how to deal.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a whole bunch we can do to. You're gonna. Saint snickers for a second and goes, so your body's gonna go through a lot of changes.
Shut up! No, I don't want to hear it. I went through this talk ages ago. I don't want to hear it from you.
Senna is cackling. Saint is cackling while Venna is giving her this. Stop it!
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. I thought you both should know, seeing as you're my aunts, and you're like the only family I have left, and I don't know.
Miracle.
I
And apparently there's some
and Venegra-
motherfucker that wants me too, so.
Yeah, I read that part too. Well, kiddo, you're and not to knock your ma at all. She's she's like your wizard friend. She's not one of those stick up and fight 'em. She's one of those duck and blast from cover.
Yeah, I gathered.
So I don't think this he fooled. I mean, honestly, I didn't know. Uh, yeah, we didn't know Obos was anything but what he said he was. Uh, it does explain a little about Zali's sudden change in attitude, but she was fickle. She always was a little fickle. She was sort of here one day and gone the next, and then back whenever she needed you. Stick. And I think that hurt Ruben the most. I guess it. No, we know why a little bit of it. Um, Insane just shakes her head. I could try to find both of them if you really wanted me to. I could sit down and try to find Zalia, and I could try to find Obos. I could try to give you exactly locations of where they are, but it's been a while. I have no idea if they look like what they look like anymore, if they protected themselves against that kind of magic. If you want me to, I will.
Yeah. It's just. I don't know. I got. Wait a minute. Would she? You know what? No, she doesn't keep. She doesn't keep secrets, so she'll just outright say it. She's gonna pause for a second and give him a look. Goes, have you guys ever been to this weird place where a ferret or weasel thing has like an inn?
Both Senna, both excuse me, both Venna and go poker face.
She's like, really? Have you been? Because I've been, and I got a note from Dad there.
How did we get into this type of conversation?
There's a reason. There's a reason. She's connecting it to it. She's like, have you been there? Because apparently Dad's been there, and he left me a note that said to find her because she's in trouble.
Yeah, we've been there a couple of times. Don't know about this weasel thing you're talking about, but Filigree's nice and all. A little scary, but not a bad guy.
No sense. He's adorable.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, we've been there. We've seen the hall. We have a painting on the wall. You know, normal stuff.
Normal for that area, anyway.
Yeah. We're not supposed to do that. It's one of the rules, sending messages sideways through time like that. We're not even supposed to be talking about it. Phil is a collector of history. He brings people of importance to his domain because you matter. Because you're going to matter. Because you did matter. Because in some way you were relevant to the chain of history. But we're not supposed to interact with ourselves or our friends or anything like that. Only the people who are there in the zone with us. Not the next time we leave a message for somebody. Because it could change his. But if he let this happen, let you find a letter from Ruben, it must matter in some way.
One day they broke the rules. I really don't want to see angry Filigree. Say as long as one didn't broke the rules. I really don't want to see angry Filigree. I feel like it will be lost.
I will just be quiet for a second and be like, well, apparently finding her is important.
All right.
Never mind the fact that it's been important to me since forever, but yeah.
Okay. All right. And she just kind of sits down right where she is, and she pulls her holy symbol of Bahamut off, and she settles in against the dirt, and she's going to cast Scry. And so she sits there for a little while, and her brows furrow, and time goes by, and she stays sort of very concentrated, like she's trying very hard to find whoever she's looking. And it sounds awful. It sounds like the loudest thing you've ever heard in your life, and like a hammer blow on the forge. It's just cacophonous, and Sane's eyes fly wide open with a blinding light, and she falls backwards like she's been struck.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. Kaz is gonna move towards her immediately. What the hell?
She's breathing, but she's unconscious.
Oh damn! What level was Sane again?
Huh?
What level was Sane again?
10.
Woo! Boy.
Ven is crouching with you and shakes, and she just kind of groans, and then blinks open one eye, and then the other. Fuck. Ow. And she just kind of stares past you, like into the middle distance, and goes, "Warning! A wee bit of warning next time. Thanks." She just closed her eyes again. Oh God. Oh fuck.
I was like, what the hell happened?
I looked and found her, and then Bahamut smacked me upside down. Oh.
Like, why is Bahamut smacking you?
Because apparently I did a bad.
Oh no! Oh shit! This is worse.
She's blinking a little bit, and she starts to sit up. Or I guess not Jesus in this case, someone else.
She probably does the thing like she calls on another god, like I have like Paylor's balls or something like that.
What about Bahamut pelvic scales?
Yes.
Bahamut's scaly ass.
Love it.
Yeah. She was. From what I can tell, she is safe for now. I'm not sure where exactly, but it's snowy. I I'd say up north, because that's the direction it felt like I was being pulled in. But wherever she is, it's safe, but I don't know if it's safe because it's meant to keep her in or to keep something out. But whoever has her trapped, or is protecting her is... Oh, ow, my head. Is part... is a worshiper of Bahamut. It's why I could even find her, apparently. Because same energies were protected, and then I hit the you can't find her wall, and Bahamut kindly reminded me to stop. Ow!
Kindly. Emphasis in the kindly.
Hey, I still have both my eyes. I'm...
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, Bahamut does seem like the kind of old guy that would like Rafiki from The Lion King, where he just hits you over the head.
You guys remember how he has that big long staff? Essentially, he just cracked her upside the head from doing it.
He's more of an actions god, less than a word god. Actions, more words. Alright.
But if you're really looking for her, go north.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry. Your god wasn't very happy about that.
Oh, it's fine. He and I get into our son. We define longly. She climbs to her feet. But he means well. And she stretches her arm, her shoulder again. Okay. So, I get to go sleep off a hangover without getting to have the hangover. The fun part. Alrighty then. And Venna just kind of pats her on the shoulder. Think about it this way. At least you're not puking while we'll be riding tomorrow.
No. Balin.
But while you guys are there in the glade, both, it's okay. While you're there in the glade, both Sane and Venna go and say their goodbyes to the headstones. Because they're probably leaving tomorrow morning first thing, so...
This is gonna be empty for real.
Yeah.
We don't have memories behind.
It's really gonna be empty.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's that she'll let Saint and Venna do that and then spend some time there herself before heading back.
Okay.
Nothing else I can really think of for her to bog on about right now.
Yeah, I know. You have to go through puberty again. Haha.
Yeah, that's great.
The return of the talk.
Yep.
So we were...
Hey there, stop it!
So was there anything else you guys wanted to do tonight before Venna and Sane?
She'll talk to them again, but not tonight. It's when they go to leave.
Okay.
But, no.
Yeah, I don't think Rose really... I certainly don't have any plans for Rose to do anything other than, like, be prepared for whichever direction we go first. Most likely west to go to Baldur's Gate.
Again, I have like a really dumb idea.
Well, what's your dumb idea?
I'm sorry for that, but
No, you're good.
again, I'm trying to think if that would make even sense for my character. If he would write out something more specific, about what he knew about his parents, what could become a danger, what they need to look out for, and then like slip a piece of paper into Saint's travel equipment.
If you wanted to do that while Kali was gone with them, I would say you would know things about the castle that could prove useful.
Its layout. And
Yeah.
Secret passages, that sort of thing.
So something that she would like position it in a way that she would only find after she crossed the border.
Yeah, you
So-
basically did in like day 3 of rations.
Yeah. So that it's not like, I think he knows that the moment she finds it, she will know who he is. But so that she can't like,
Come back and find his ass.
yeah.
yeah,
Shake the information out of him.
and tell the group.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to help them, but he doesn't want to, because he
sell
feels
himself out. Yeah.
because he feels bad that he can't help more. But
Do you include that in the note?
oh yeah, he's gonna write an apology. You bet he will.
God, that's so Vero. It's all the secret information. Also, by the way, I'm sorry, but I hope this don't be mad. Okay, but yeah,
I have
definitely
reasons
take
for hiding who I am.
I reached out of my hand. Please don't die. I could not live with the guilt.
Yeah, so
yeah,
he
but you
will.
could definitely
He
write
will-
down some information.
Yeah, plans of the castle, what he generally knows about his parents, but with always the clause like this has been 160 years ago. Things could have changed,
Okay,
and the apology letter, of course.
perfect.
It's probably
Wait.
like 10 pages long, just because Vero like goes off on a tangent on some level, and then goes back like, "Oops, this is what I was trying to say."
He puts a book in Sane's fucking bag.
It's a short 10-page manuscript, basically.
Why is the day 3
Double-sided.
package so big?
Yeah, but you could definitely manage to sneak that into her bag.
Okay, well,
Now, the real is, can you hide it from the other party members who are still there? Go ahead and make a stealth check, because that's sleight of hand. Oh no, there is sleight of hand. So
Big sleight of hand.
it would probably be stealth, because you're trying to be stealthy to get over to the bag. It's not sneaking your hand in someone's pockets. Go ahead,
Okay.
stealthy one.
This
Be
could-
stealthy.
this could turn into reveal real fast.
Well, Vero, you could probably cast Pass Without a Trace on your.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
I will.
But isn't that within 30 feet of
Okay.
himself? So he's gonna pass the trace in 30 feet, and it's still gonna cover all you guys.
He could choose who his allies are.
Oh yeah.
And he can only choose himself.
Yeah.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, so you have a plus 10 to whatever your plus is. So roll,
Don't roll.
add
one.
your modifier, then add 10.
Oh god.
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll
Don't
a 1.
roll a one.
Don't roll. One.
This was a mistake.
I mean, it's not so bad if people see him just his hand in somebody else's bag. You just create a good enough reason,
Cover
like I
story.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's not a one, but it's
Not a one,
a
what'd you get?
4. Plus 10 is a 14. Plus stealth is a 15.
15. Okay.
Passive perception.
I think some people have passive perception higher than, so they do notice. Whoever has a passive perception higher than 15 will notice you going over there.
I have
But-
16.
Okay.
Robbie
So Robbie notices, but Robbie, you don't notice that she's sticking or that he's sticking anything in Sane's bag. All you notice is that he's gone over to inspect Sane. So Vero has very
Yes,
clearly
ma'am.
gone over there.
Give it.
Mm-hmm.
She goes and goes, "Hey, why are you checking my aunt's things, bro?" Oh, wow, I didn't know you had that side on you. But if you want, I can show you. I can show you your underwear drawer. Isn't that the...
I do not. I don't. I wanted to. I've been kind of worried, and I've been checking the bag because I've been worried. So I've been trying to help. Maybe there could be things of importance they're missing.
Once.
I didn't lie.
No, you didn't.
You gotta aim anyway.
Holy shit.
I want to see if
Should I
I
roll
can...
persuasion?
Yeah, roll persuasion.
I didn't lie. No, I rolled a 3.
Plus what though? What's your?
So,
Plus 2. It's
Oh,
a
okay,
5.
5.
so
She's just-
Zero isn't lying to you, Sarabi. You know Zero is not telling you the entire truth, though.
Okay, she just goes next to him and puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, "Look, if you really like my aunt, I can put a good word for you."
That's not necessary. That's really
I just want you to know you're my friend. I give you my blessing.
Could Vera even handle her
older
though?
women.
Could Vera even handle her though? Poor dude.
Yeah.
He's smaller.
Just don't go through her things. That's creepy, man.
That was not.
Oh, that was such a good use of two really bad rolls.
It's okay. It's okay. I got this. And then she gets up.
And her just goes, "Oh my god, I made a mistake."
It's okay. Don't worry. I got it.
He will leave like as soon as possible. Sit back on the table, be red, because
Anything alright now?
It's like, just tell me one. Are they still talking with Kali?
Yeah, they aren't back yet.
Okay, then Savage is going to go sit next to the fire and wink at Biro.
and he just that's Rose's answer.
Oh, okay. So you embarrassed yourself again. Okay.
Yes.
Man, that was awesome. Oh, that was so good. My face hurts. I'm smiling so hard.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That was awesome. Okay. So does anybody else have any evening shenanigans they want to get into?
I'm sure Shirabi does the second Sane and Venom and Callie come back.
Yep, the three of them come back. What are you up to?
So, Auntie Sane, how do you like elves? I mean, I don't think they are sick. Just asking for, just to know.
Well, I mean,
And then she winks at me.
Sane just kind of looks at you like, I don't even want to know what you're implying. But she looks over at your aunt and goes, "Well, your aunt has a nice ass." But
So you're not opposed to the idea?
Nah, they're just kind of, what's the word? Frilly. They're a little frilly for my tastes.
It's okay. You can...
So many regrets.
Sane just looks at you, Sarami, and you have that, your face is so easy. Knows you're up to something. She just doesn't. She has a headache, and she just doesn't have time to deal with it.
She smiles this very obvious fake smile. Like, yeah, everything is fine.
Sure it is, Robbie.
Oh god, considering Zane is way too old for him if you consider race differences.
Don't want to push it too much now, but Sarabi will remember this.
Sarabi's trying to make her aunt a cougar.
I don't know. Isn't Biro actually older than Zane?
No, but if you compare how their races age, she is older than him, and he's still young. So...
He's still like a baby.
He's like the human equivalent, the elvish equivalent of 19.
Like
20.
he's a young adult. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Sarabi doesn't really understand those concepts.
Oh no, not at all. But
in the
yeah,
foundation that her player also doesn't understand her those. So
oh yeah, but from Saint's perspective, it is definitely like cradle snatching.
It's okay.
Although Saint is not trying to figure out or decode what Sarabi is talking about,
yeah,
because she can't.
Just want her friend to be happy.
You want Vero to become your uncle?
He's already basically our mom, so...
Oh my god.
So how do you like druids?
This is not how I thought this evening was going.
I'm sorry.
Nope, that's fine.
No,
it's great.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
I love
It's
it.
absolutely perfect. And Sane just kind of looks at you, Sarabi, and goes, "If I say they're great, will you leave?"
Yes.
They're great.
Good. We have something.
Oh god.
Okay, she's gonna drop him for now because but it's okay. These things. She's gonna sit next to Vero and pat him on the back. It's okay. Things next time.
Vero just looks at her with this look of utter, not misery, but this look of, like, to her it probably looks like he's right now really embarrassed and has regrets, is frustrated, but he's kind of flattered that Sarabi cares. Maybe it looks for her like he's sad or something. I don't know.
No, don't worry. It wasn't a no. It was just a no now.
Vero's in a state of, oh, that's sweet of her, but I fucking hate my life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It serves you right, Vero, for trying to do the right thing.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Okay, so for the most part, that's basically what you guys do tonight. This is sort of the subtext and shenanigans that's happening around the camp. And then, so you guys again sleep here for the night, and you guys hear the rest of Venna and Sane getting up before dawn to finish packing and pack up their horses.
But they would buy.
Yeah. I mean, Callie hears them getting up. If Sarabi isn't already up, she'll shake her awake, be like, come on.
With Pietro.
Yeah, with Pietro, obviously. Pietro usually wakes up when Sarabi wakes up anyway, so. Yeah. Sarabi usually sleeps harder than he does, probably. But, yeah, shake her up, be like, come on, we should go help them and, you know,
Let's go
spend a little bit more time before they leave.
So they're preparing the things.
Yeah, they're packing up their horses.
So it just looks at them and looks at Kali. No good. Goodbye.
Say it again, I'm super sorry, you turned into a robot.
No. She's not good with goodbyes.
Oh.
Just pats Pietro on the head.
Mm. Hmm. I was like, come on, let's go help them, and yeah. I don't like them. And she just goes, I don't like it either.
Like, okay, while they are helping, just go, please try not to die out there.
Oh, that's the plan. If I was planning on eating it, I probably would have done it years and years ago. But no. And she just kind of pats your cheeks a little bit. I don't plan on dying. Now you don't plan on dying either, okay?
I don't know. You're a bit late for that, but I tried not to do it again.
That's the spirit.
A repeat performance.
Oh.
And she chuckles a little bit. But don't feel bad about leaving this. And Venna looks around kind of their little, what was her home for many years. It's not the same place it used to be. People change, times change, places change. Don't think you're stuck here. Don't get into the same rut I fell into. It's good of you and Kali and Pietro, for all of you to go out and see the world. I know I did. And I'm going to do it again. Sane said so. I heard that. Just know it'll be okay.
We'll meet again.
Yeah.
Then he hugs her, and then jumps and hugs Zane too. You too, Auntie.
And Sane's like, oh God, get off! You're so heavy. Ah!
I love
Don't
you
go
too.
dead weight on me. Oh my God. Basically you've attacked Sane while she's got like an armful of stuff. So she's like has her arms full and you're like draped over her.
And then dog bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, Sarabi attacks Sane with Pedro. God.
Yep.
Callie will go over to Venna and kind of tap her. Well,
once you land basically on top of Sane and have put her at the bottom of the dog pile, Venna snickers and comes over and sits on top of all of you.
Okay.
She remembers how this game works. Even Macon comes over and lands on her head and caws, quietly. So you got the whole gang there. They're all stacked on top of each other.
So Sane's loving it.
Just like old times.
You just hear this muffle from the bottom of the stack. How long are you guys all gonna stay on top of her? Because she'll start shoving you off.
With the power of love.
Okay. But basically, yeah. So the minute the Sane's like, I can't breathe. And finally she just gets tired of this, and with her, stupid high strength, starts just standing up and shoving you all off of her. She dusts herself off.
Oh, I think that's gonna leave us. Just like old times, I had something to remember you by.
A show.
Sane's like, y'all are acting like we're not coming back. Listen, just because we're going off to go into some crazy ass place that nobody comes out of doesn't mean we aren't gonna come out of it. We've beaten tougher shit than this.
Sabi goes serious just for one moment and goes, we also thought we were going to come back. You never know.
Saint just... She looks at the two of you. I don't really know what happened with you two. I couldn't tell whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to know that you've got a couple of gods looking out for you. That could be a dangerous thing.
One of
Good
them
or
is yours.
bad. I said what I said.
Yeah, they
Just
got
kind
to
of looks
smack
up at
her
the
on the
sky,
head.
like just looks up at the sky, like do something about it.
Did I fucking stutter? Yeah. Now, I'm not planning on it, and I know your aunt's not planning on it, and so I know you two aren't planning, and that's about as much security as we can have these days. So, I plan on seeing you both again. Damn it. So you better keep it that way.
I'll do my best. We'll do our best. Promise.
Good. And I'll do mine. Ugh. Man, this headache. Alright.
Callie goes, don't worry though, if you die, I'll find some way to go to Bahamut's plane and find some way to go to Bahamut's plane and drag you out myself.
Oh no, you don't have to drag shit. He'll throw me out. He does it regularly.
Okay, good.
I told she was going to be like, if you die, I'll kill you or something.
Well, essentially, she's like, I'll drag you out, and then...
Yeah,
Kill
I'll
you again.
drag you back from heaven, I swear it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck you.
And Saint's like, oh no, he doesn't want me dead yet. He can't stand me. But yeah, so between the four of you, you guys really help. You guys manage to help them pack up pretty quickly, and they get all their horses loaded up with their things. Now they're not taking everything. Some of the stuff they're because they don't need all the tables and chairs and stuff like that. It feels very much like how the other two houses slowly fell into this. These two houses will both slowly fall into disrepair if their owners do not return.
Yeah.
Some,
Upkeep doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and at some point we'll help them get ready. Callie's gonna pull out her journal, and she'll be like, she goes, I know it's probably dumb and cheesy, and you guys have, the whole memory thing, but I wanted to give this to you anyway. And she'll give Venna a drawing that she did of Sarabi and Pedro.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, so can you remember, so that you can look at your troublemakers when you want to.
God damn it, I need to make it.
Yeah.
Out of all of this, Venna had not watered up. Seeing the picture that gets her. She gets a little misty-eyed there as she folds up the letters, and she hugs you tightly, Kali, and goes. But she hands the letter back. I want all three of my troublemakers on there.
It's a pause, and Callie goes, if I could draw myself, I would, but it's a little weird. Yeah.
I can try to grab you if you want.
And Saint's like, give it to me, I'll stick her on there. And
Kai's like, I don't really look at myself in a mirror that often, so... Yeah.
Venna just chuckles and shakes her head. Then sign it for me, at least.
Okay, she'll do that. What, baby?
And she folds it up and tucks it into her breast.
Yeah, and she's like, and share it with Saint every once in a while. If you want
Only
to.
if she promises not to complain too much about it. And Saint just chuffs.
Yeah. And she was like, and then she'll turn to Saint and goes, as for you though, I thought you'd find this cool, and then gives her one of the drawings she did of Bahamut after meeting him. He's like, that's what he looked like when we ran into him. Thought you might find it cool.
She looks at it, and did you add the little birds?
Yeah.
She looks at the little birds. Huh. Canary. I'll be damned. And that's it. That's as much information as
Mhm.
at that. And she folds them up and tucks it into her pocket too.
And she's like, yeah, that's about all I can give either of you. Besides,
Venna just
Hmm?
Venna just smiles and says, "It's more than enough. You have always been more than enough."
Oh.
Aww.
Valen!
I feel it, Valen. I know.
Oh, don't, Valen! Throw yourself on the floor. God. There. Calm down. Alright. But yeah.
Too emotional.
And then she'll hug Sane. But not the way Sane probably likes it. She just completely scoops her up and hugs her.
Yep.
And then she complains, I was like, too bad, take it.
So Sane's basically got her feet dangling off the ground, and she's like, "Would you stop?"
She's like, no stopping. But yeah.
But yeah, at this point, between all of the talking, the rest of you guys have woken up too, while Sane and Venna are climbing on their horse. And so they bid all of you. Oh, what's up?
Before they go, Rose just offers a prayer to Bondra, because if anything, they're definitely going to need a lot of luck on this mission.
Good boy.
Sane chuckles. That one gets her quite a bit. Remind me to keep a couple of lucky clovers in my pocket before we head across the border.
Yeah, so
she'll
she
probably use it.
Yeah, she just offers the prayer to Avandra. Like, regardless of whether or not she actually, Avandra sends a message or anything, she still offers it.
Yeah. They accept your offer graciously, but they bid you all a goodbye. Sane is more see y'all later attitude, but then looks at all of you, meets all of your eyes, and just says, "I'm glad they found you." And then she turns around. Then she turns her horse around, and they trot off together. And they ride off into the sun.
Sunrise?
Sunrise.
I need some Western music here.
Yeah, basically. And I think that's probably a good place to call it for tonight, is them riding off into the sunrise. And so you guys now have the information about how to sneak around in the Snake Woods if you want to try it. And you also know you wanted to head up to Baldur's Gate. So what is your guys' plan for the next session?
I feel like Rose just wants to get to Baldur's Gate because everybody else has told her. When Rose does want to see her family, but she also hasn't done anything to. She's not sure what she wants, what she wants to expect. So she's kind of putting it off by being like, "Yeah, let's go to Baldur's Gate," hoping to like put it off as much as possible. But yeah, that's her plan. Just go to Baldur's Gate, and then from there, maybe we'll go south and visit her family. Maybe we won't. Maybe I can just stay up here for a bit and try to avoid it, because she can totally contact them through sending, but she hasn't.
Oh, that's a good point.
So what about the rest of you guys? What is your plan?
I think the only thing left to do in this forest at all is the zombie deer. And we aren't really strong enough to face that thing, so
Yeah.
we should probably
We have to go find the ring that's in the forest, and we have a way to do it.
Oh, well, we could do that, I guess, but I'm still pretty scared of the zombie thing. Look, and the ring is supposed to be in the heart of the forest where the zombie is.
But you do know a way to navigate yourself around the stag. It's just up to you guys. So, is the consensus stay or go to Baldur's Gate?
What is the way to navigate ourselves around the stag?
Pass
That's
without
the
a
thing,
trace.
the only one
What?
who knows about all of this is Vero, right? Like,
I'm sure he told us, though. I don't know why he wouldn't. It would make any
What was
sense for him
it?
to keep it to
No,
himself.
I mean,
it's
yes,
the
definitely would.
It's the spell pass without a trace, basically.
He definitely would maybe after they left, find a calm moment and tell them what you found out.
I think we
He
can do it.
won't.
maybe next session. That conversation and then.
Well, Beth needs to know now so she can know what to prepare for next session.
Oh,
That would be why I would like you guys to know, so I know what to prepare the stuff for Baldur's Gate, or whether I should prepare the stuff for the Snake Woods.
I think we can do bitch demon deer.
Yeah, you can handle the demon deer. Yeah.
what was the English? The ring. What was the ring supposed to do?
As far
We
as-
don't know yet.
yeah, you don't actually know what the ring is supposed to do. Honeydew had convinced himself that it controlled the stag.
There's this great ring of power that a small person wants to reach and goes obsessing over and
What?
turns
I have
crazy
no
over.
idea what you're talking about.
Ring to control them all.
You know, the source of power, and it's all mine.
Precious.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody with a double personality going, my precious.
Yeah, this seems completely legit. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, and I'll be.
After considering all that information, if we were going to vote or something, I think probably Sarabi will say that to leave that for late because she is really creeped out of facing the deer. But if you guys are convinced that we can face that situation, then let's go for it. Even if we don't know what the ring is supposed to do.
I'm not sure. I personally, I would try to look out for something that would help keep our sanity in check. Since while
But
he did stay
he does that.
undetected,
He only does that when he knows we're there, though. So if he doesn't know we're there because it passed without a trace, there is no worrying about sanity because he's not going to be attacking us with it.
How long can we keep the spell pass without trace up?
An hour, but Rose can cast it a few times, and so can Vero. So we at least have 3 to 4 hours use out of it.
I think Vero can also, if he stocks it, that he can also do
I
it.
have it as well. Yes, I can.
You both can cast it twice, 3 times?
It's a second level spell. I can cast it 3 times a day if I don't use a third level spell slot.
Yeah.
We
And you
can
have your
do
Pearl
it.
of Power, too,
if-
that restores a third level spell slot.
And that restores any level spell.
Oh, yeah.
Pass without a trace. I could. Okay, I could cast it 5 times if I do not use either 2 level spells or 3 level spells.
You won't need to cast it that many times, but yeah.
From what you guys know, the heart of the forest will take you 2 hours to get across if you just walk straight across it.
Question becomes, I know it, let me see how, wait, I can just click on the spell. Maybe that would help. Okay, the casting time is 1 action, so it is about 6 seconds. I was going to say, depending on how long it takes to cast Pass Without a Trace, we might need to worry about the spirit finding us in the time.
No, you just overlap it. Right before
Yeah.
Rose is about to run out, Vero casts his.
What
Yeah.
did you worry about?
I just paranoia more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Or you just
I-
recast it before it runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need to be constantly with that spell up.
Well, basically, the way we'll have to do it if we go in there, because I, the player, am quite interested in that ring, even if Rose isn't. So we would basically have to start casting Pass Without a Trace about half an hour before we get to the edge of the forest, just to be sure that the spirit can't sense us. So that's basically 1 hour, getting about 30 minutes into the forest, and then however much time that we have searching.
Okay, then. All right, I'm okay. Let's go for the ring.
We need at least 3
Are
times.
you sure you're okay?
Yeah, because I'm imagining.
No, but
Because I
You
imagine like two possibilities. It could be like one ring to control all that will send one of us insane or something, or it could be like a super fantasy ridiculous ring made of plastic and we just wasted all our time trying to find it. And interruption is actually pretty cool, so I'm good for it.
if you're really okay, I have. Since this is apparently help the forest itself.
Oh, that's right.
I don't want to. I don't want to force anyone to it, but I prefer if it help the forest as soon as possible.
Yeah, boy.
Because he's gonna start making it worse. So the longer away we are, the worse the forest is gonna get.
Yeah.
This is what I'm afraid of.
I vote we stay here and deal with deer.
Does that seem to be the consensus?
Okay.
We're going to stay and deal with deer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Hey,
All right.
your opinion?
Then I will prep for it at this for next session.
Okay.
Cool.
Yay.
Caves didn't.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Habes in a while. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. All right. I just wondered if you'd fallen asleep. Thing.
What's your opinion, man?
I'm fine either way.
Okay. But oh yeah, so I'll make sure I have the maps and everything all prepped for
I
that.
think we could find like a hammer and a sickle that is doll size.
Yeah, I think you could probably negotiate that at some point through the game.
Oh, I totally forgot about that shit.
What
What?
did you forget about?
Something that Callie, I was thinking about earlier for Callie to ask Rose to do on one of the nights before they went to bed, but I completely forgot.
What's up?
Forgot the session. Ask her to send Noemi a message.
Oh, I mean, I figure that
She does.
Rose probably did like the previous night before Sane and Venom went off. So
Yeah,
we
well,
can
that's what I was
just say,
talking about. Like, yeah, I tell her pretty much because Callie would ask her to send her a message to tell her that they got rid of the hags, and then to also tell her that how did she word it? I thought about it and I forgot how she worded it. To tell Noemi that your meaning Noemi, your nickname for your Callie says your nickname choice was right.
okay, that's probably like I said, it's
Or
probably
the
before
nickname
everybody.
is right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's So basically, I figure sometime after Kali came back from talking with Venna and Sane, she's like, "Oh yeah, Rose, can you send a message or two to Noemi?"
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Rose does before she goes to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nickname I'm referring to is that she called Callie Angel.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It takes
When
a
she
little
was
while,
drunk.
but you do get a response from Noemi, which is that cavalier chuckle she does. And I knew it. Uh,
That's adorable. Okay, so
Yeah.
she.
yeah,
so-
the rest of the message is thanks for checking in. I'm still safe, but I think I found a lead.
Ooh.
I'll have more in my next letter.
Noemi
Rose
MP.
passes on that information.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
That was it.
Alrighty. Cool. Yeah. So Noemi is still kicking it.
We got a party, we got drunk,
Yeah.
having a dress, and flame arrows.
Yeah.
Man, this was a
You
good
guys
day
did a
for
pretty good
Sarah.
job. You got a shield for the cleric.
I finally
Yeah.
gave Sarabi her dress.
Yeah. That was neat. This was a good session. So
Yeah.
I will hopefully tomorrow I will get that poll up for you guys to throw in what times you're available for.
Mhm.
But yeah. So that was tonight's session and we're on time.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Woo. All right, so that means we can let Vero go to bed, or Santa go to bed.
Yeah.
I actually have to go to work now.
Well, okay then.
Order
Then
the other.
Yeah.
at least you get to leave for work, and there's no issue about you having to ditch right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have a good day,
Yep.
Sano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.